When he says these 5 words, I swear to you, I feel like running to the bathroom and throwing up.
This song has been played billions of times. I cannot listen to it again. It is Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven.
Hot for Teacher by Van Halen. Don't want to hear it again. Can't stand it. It's
Brian's
stupid.
gonna light on fire.
It's dumb. Ugh.
It's gonna sound like someone's stepping on a fucking dead cat.
And when they look in the mirror and make love, they think of Brian every single time.
Play this! No, fuck off.
You
It was on the
fucking
Nightmare-
asshole. That's the greatest Dawkins song in the history of Dawkins songs.
It's I Don't Need Rules by Kik Tracy.
What?
No.
Brian, wasn't that during your transsexual gothic phase?
Like Guru said, it's played in strip clubs so Guru can see boobies now.
I don't need to go to a strip bar to see boobies because I sleep with the dog every night. She's got 8 tits. He's talking about I'm rounding first and blah, 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 and he's trying to get into her pants.
Are you wrong? No. Do I like the song still? Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
She said the same thing about your penis. You used to play with it all the time. It was
Then I
amazing.
had to rename it the Guru Tonsil Tickler, and I was like, this is too much.
I'm hurt by the lick it up hate, but I'll live.
I fucking love that song.
Okay, way to bring race into it, Brian.
Look, I came here to do 2 things. Chew bubblegum and talk hair metal. And it looks like I'm almost out of bubblegum.
Welcome to the Hair Metal Guru. My name is Anthony. They call me the Guru. And geez, it's the fucking holiday season and we got a round table again because today we are talking 2 days before Christmas about songs that we never need to hear again. You know that song that we're talking about? The song that you loved growing up, but for whatever reason, whether it was because of your friends, whether it was because of rock radio or what have you, at some point you just thought, shit, every time that thing comes on, I'm going to skip it. Well, that's the topic for today. And we got an awesome group. So with that, let's meet our contestants. To my left, and it's probably going to be during my right during the video, we got Jay from Iowa. Jay, welcome back to the show.
Glad to be back.
And hey, while I got Jay here, Jay fucking mailed me this epic original Warrant shirt for Christmas. So Jay, I just wanted to say thank you, man.
Nice.
So awesome. Fuck, I was just shocked when I opened it up. So very cool. And
welcome,
I'll
brother.
point out, as I'm recording this, it is December 23rd, so that's why you see a couple of us wearing Santa hats, and the rest of these guys are a bunch of fucking Grinches who don't give a shit about the holidays.
Yep.
Bah humbug.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
to my right, who knows how it's going to show up in the video, we got Jason from Canada. Jason, welcome back to the show.
Ooh, glad to be back in my house. The last video I was on the road, fresh back. Great to be invited once again. Oh wait, I get to do something now, like not Basement Brian does, but I'll also throw it out there at my Twitter, or my X, my Twitter, whatever, at Read World. Check it out starting December 30th, Monday. I'll be releasing Hair Metal Mondays. It is a vinyl every Monday that I will have coffee to before I go and work for the man. And what I take great pleasure in is it pisses Anthony off most Mondays when he doesn't know what I'm playing. So tune into that and his reaction. That starts next Monday, gang.
And well, part of what pisses me off is because he also has vinyl of records that I wish I fucking had. Stuff I've seen him with, like McQueen Street, Wild Side, Under the Influence. I'm like, where are you getting this shit? So
well, McQueen Street it's a boot. But
yeah.
Just so you know, too, is Real Gone Music is actually went to print with Wild Side. Yeah.
So is that a legit place? I've seen that, and I'm like, I was kind of leery of ordering from a place I've never heard of.
Real Gone is legit. I got my hardline from there and variant of Harem Scarem's first release.
Yeah. Okay.
Their debut. So no, totally legit, man. Great people to work with.
Okay. Awesome. All right. Welcome back. Below me to, I don't know, wherever the fuck, is my buddy Jeremy, who I just hung out with in North Dakota in Fargo the other day. Jeremy, welcome back to the show.
Hey, thank you, man. I just want to say Merry Christmas, everybody, or in this case, Merry Christmas. Yeah. Representing, I see Jason's representing probably a band we're going to hear a little bit more from in this episode, sadly. But I also want to show 2 things that Santa Claus left for me under the tree this weekend. So we've got one of my favorite albums of all time right now, guys. Yeah. Very nice framed vein. The promotional poster from when the album was released, I love it. I love the line that says, "When all you know is rock and roll, it better be good." Well, damn right it was. I love this frickin' album, and he knew I loved it, so he got me that for the old holiday. And he also got me, and believe it or not, this is the first movie I shared with my now wife. And yes, she still said yes. This was the first movie I shared with her. And he remembered that, and he knew that, and he let me have this framed Trick or Treat.
Nice.
Yeah, man. This is going in the movie theater immediately following this video tonight. So my wife kind of gave me one of these looks when she saw it. Awesome. You know, because it's Trick or Treat, you know, women and Trick or Treat. But this was the first movie we watched together, and like I said, she still said yes. So, Anthony Claus, thank you, brother. Merry Christmas. I appreciate you, man.
Anthony Claus,
That's pretty awesome.
That's great. Jeremy, I'm not the only gift giver. Jeremy brought me this Queen shirt.
Sweet.
And which is epic. So awesome. Thank you, Jeremy. That thing kicks ass. And I don't have a Queen shirt, and I've always thought, you know, everybody should have a fucking Queen shirt.
Yeah.
So thank you.
If you're not
so
a
much
Queen
for
fan,
that.
you're a fucking liar. If you don't like something
Yeah.
like Queen, you're a liar.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well said.
Yeah.
And the last guest, last but not least, he's your favorite and mine, Brian from the Hairband Basement. Welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me on again. Let me go through my shit. You can find me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at HB Basement. Always talking music there. And I have a show every Friday on Stationhead. Download the app, and you can hear the rarest of bands, the deepest of tracks, and the little-known songs from the biggest named artists from before, during, and after the Decade of Decadence. So you won't hear Dr. Feelgood or Here I Go Again.
Again.
So,
And you might even hear about some of those songs.
yeah.
So, yes, follow him on X. Follow all these guys, the guys that have X. Follow me at Hair Metal Guru. Check out my Facebook page. Two of them, Classic Rock Fargo and Hair Metal Guru. And hey, please subscribe to the channel if you like this kind of hair metal talk. What the hell? Ring the bell if you want to get notifications. Whatever you can do to support the channel. I really appreciate you being here. And it's the fucking holidays, and who doesn't love Christmas? I know I do. So with that, let's get into it. Songs that we never need to hear again for one reason or another. We picked 10, and I'll point this out that Mariah, who I just published a video today. We did a roundtable of 7 people, 10 hair metal ballads that should have destroyed the charts but didn't. Mariah is actually coming. She's running late, so she'll be showing up at some point as well. So with that, let's get into it. We each picked 10, and I think we're going to start like this. We're going to go Jason, Brian, Jeremy, Jay, and then I'll always end, and we'll just go that route the whole way. So Jason, what's your number 10 song you never need to hear again?
Mine are in no order. It's just,
Me neither.
you know, you said it best before we started recording. It's when it comes on the radio or on whatever, I just skip it, and I hope it doesn't start a fight right out the gate. But I would be okay never to hear Round and Round again.
That almost made my list.
That was on my wife's list, and she and I don't see eye to eye with that one. I still love that too.
It's just, you know, so overplayed.
Yeah.
20 times on Hair Nation. It's just, I can't anymore. I love Rat. Fucking love Rat. Yep. I even just bought collage bootleg vinyl just to complete my. I'm a completist.
Yeah, so am I.
But I mean, it's god damn. That song. Skip. Move on. Next.
And if you listen, you know, Hair Nation. I love Hair Nation. I mean, I salute what they do, but man, they have such a limited fucking catalog of.
I don't know why.
I'm like,
I have to say, in the last year or so, they have gotten better.
Good.
I did hear Badlands the other
I'll
day.
hear a song of like, oh shit, really? Or a live version or something.
Yeah.
So they have gotten slightly better, but every now and then I'll hear the same. I'm not a huge Great White fan, and on my honorables, I have any of their popular songs on there because that's all Hair Nation would play by them.
Right.
Like the same 3 or 4 songs by Great White. It's like I can't listen to these songs anymore.
Yeah, agreed.
One comment I wanted to make about what should make this interesting is one man's trash is another man's treasure. So I'm excited to see, you know, there's got to be some point where somebody's going to say, I'm fucking sick of this song, and somebody else is going to be like, that's my favorite song of all time. So anyway, I'm looking forward to that. Brian, what's your number 10?
My number 10, I don't think anyone's going to disagree. This song has been played billions of times. I cannot listen to it again. It is Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven.
Thank you.
It is on every 4 minutes on classic rock stations. It's always number one on their 1,000 Firecracker Top 103, whatever the fuck the call numbers are, list of 4th of July album songs, bullshit, whatever. I mean, I can't listen to it anymore. And usually if there's a song I learn how to play, there's some kind of leeway with it. I was in a Led Zeppelin cover band, so not only was I sick of the song already before that, then you got to listen to it to learn the song. Then you got to practice the song. Then you rehearse the song, and you're fucking done with it. Now you got to perform the song live in front of people that are acting like they never heard the song before. I'm so fucking done with it. I have not listened to that song probably in almost 30 years at this point.
Brian,
if it comes on, I'll turn it off like I can't. I just
Brian, can you compare every song on your list today in comparison to Love Bites?
Not a sing. There is no song.
Okay.
Like
Stairway or Love Bites. What are you going with?
Chord of G is way better than Love Bites. That song just is terrible.
Sorry, I had to.
But the thing was, I didn't like that song back in the day. I loved Hysteria. I mean, it's going to come up later on my list, but not that song. But I used to love Hysteria. I mean, but that song was like, ugh, this is terrible. And then it got big. You know how I feel about it.
Yeah, I don't know.
His hatred for Love Bites. He hates Love Bites so much. If people were hate, he'd be China. That's how much he hates Love Bites.
Ooh, that's fucking heavy.
Wow.
Jeremy, good one, man.
Jeremy, we're on to your number 10.
Yeah. All right, my number 10. By a band that I love, by a singer that I love, not necessarily his views on the world, but love his vocals, love everything about the way he sings, the fact that I believe he's truly metal, he's not a poser, never has, he's never tried to change. And it's by Dee Snider's project, Twisted Sister. We're Not Gonna Take It. I'm kind of over that sucker. Not saying it doesn't have its place in folklore, or when you're pissed off the world, or when you want to prove a point. Yeah, we're not going to take it. We get it. But if it comes on, like you guys said, I am turning the channel or going to the next track every time. It's overdone. It's overplayed. I don't need to hear it anymore. Done.
Okay. All right. Sister. Yep. And if you're one who disagrees, by all means, let us know your disagreement. Okay. Moving on to Jay. What's your number 10?
Not hair metal on this one. The song is No Rain by Blind Melon.
Nice.
The first time I heard it back in the day, I heard the music, nice, upbeat, catchy as shit. And then Shannon Hoon started singing, and it sounded like someone was stepping on a fucking dead cat. I hate his vocals. Instantly made me never want to hear that song again, which I thought was catchy until he opened his mouth.
I never liked that one.
All right.
Never liked that one.
I liked it when it came out. I was like, all right, but I never got anything else from that band. So, okay. All right.
The vocalist was good friends with Axl Rose.
That's right.
Yeah.
He was in the video for Don't Cry.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did backing vocals on that too, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yep. Apparently, Shannon Hoon's sister was good friends with Axl. So when Shannon came to LA, Axl kind of looked out after him, gave him a place to stay, and blah, blah, blah. So anyway. Okay. My number 10. And here's where I don't know if Brian, because it comes from Brian's favorite band of all time. And it's Van Halen, and it's Jump. Now, I loved that song, but I coach basketball, and you do never go into a fucking gym without, and part of me is like, hey, at least they're playing Van Halen in a gym. But it's gotten to the point where I coach I coach little kids, and when we play music to pump, you gotta play Jump. So it's just worn out its welcome for me. Fantastic song, but I'm skipping it now.
I get it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I totally get it.
Van Halen Jump. And that wraps up our number 10s. Jason, what's your number 9 song you don't ever need to hear again?
In no particular order. That one's too easy. That one's too easy. How about this one? I fucking love this guy. Like we all say, we love this, whatever. The body of work is second to none, like one of the godfathers of metal. But I do never fucking need to hear Poison by Alice Cooper again.
I think I disagree.
Well,
I still like that song.
It's just one of those songs that goes along with We're Not Gonna Take It, Round or whatever. It's on like every hair metal compilation ever.
Yep.
I actually really prefer on that album. My favorite song on the album was House of Fire.
That's a good one, yeah.
Yeah,
like, you know,
and you never get to hear that one.
You don't, and a great video for it too. And you just don't know how good Alice is for that song until you hear Bon Jovi's version of it. If you have the extended thing, you can get it on like the streaming services. The New Jersey 800th anniversary edition. They cut that for New Jersey. Yep. And it was a throwaway. So then Alice did it. Alice is just, there's just certain, like it's House of Fire, whatever. I fucking hate Poison just because it's overdone. Yeah, it's like every house party, every other whatever. It's just like, oh, Hair Nation, Poison. It's like, man, come on.
Yeah.
So that's just me. I skip it. Great song. I skip it. I'm tired.
I get it.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, I might edit that out. I'll throw out another song that I really like, a rock song that is Bed of Nails, I think is great.
Great tune. Oh, look who's here.
Yeah, it's Shirley. Yeah, she likes it. So you like Poison. All right. We're on to Brian. What's your number 9?
My number 9, another one that really isn't hair metal, but I can't listen to it again because I played it so many times in bands. Seven Nation Army by the White Stripes.
Hate it.
Oh,
I cannot listen to that fucking song because it's one of those songs. Hey, play something on bass, and everyone recognizes as soon as even though the song has no fucking bass in it.
Yeah,
that bass line is so recognizable. The last time I listened to it in its entirety was I was in a band. I played it live, I want to say almost 7 years ago. I can't listen to it anymore. I just can't do it to myself.
Okay.
I think I'd love to see you play live anywhere when somebody play this. No, fuck off. I'd love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not playing that.
Play Seven Nation up now. Suck a dick.
Exactly.
And I'll throw this out there. The parameters, and I don't think I did at the beginning, this didn't have to be restricted to hair metal.
Right.
You know, like you might hear some 70s fucking rock, you might hear some 90s alternative. So we're broadening.
You will.
So, yep. Okay. White Stripes. Jeremy, you're number 9.
All right. My number 9. And these mine actually are in order from least to most. So like the least hated to the most hated. So number 10 was my least hated. Number 9, Come On Feel the Noise, Quiet Riot. Definitely heard the shit out of that. I mean, good grief. And what's weird about Quiet Riot, I mean, they had a formula and they thought it was going to work when they released that second album. They did the Mama We're All Crazy Now. That fell on deaf ears. Come On Feel the Noise didn't. That is a great tune. I still enjoy it for what it's worth, but if I never hear it again, I am not going to lose one frickin' ounce of sleep over it. You know, like I said, all these songs have their place, but I'm just, I'm okay if I never hear that one again. I'm good.
They didn't even want to play it.
What's that?
No,
they didn't even want to
no,
play it.
I'm sure not.
Fuck up the drums so we don't have to do this stupid song.
Yeah.
And it was too good. Like, all right, put it on the album. Next thing you know, it's their biggest hit ever.
Right?
Yep. Yeah.
On the way home, so I was coaching today, and my son coaches with me sometimes. So on the way home, we heard Metal Health, Bang Your Head. And I am telling him about the episode, and I said, this is a song that I don't get tired of this song.
Nope.
But I said, I've pondered putting Come On Feel the Noise on my list, because we were talking about songs that we didn't, I don't get sick of Metal Health, but Come On Feel the Noise has kind of gotten there. Okay. Yeah. All right, Jay, you're number 9.
Okay. Sorry, not sorry, dudes, but Rock and Roll and Hype My Kiss.
Oh, I'm with you.
I get it.
I love Kiss. More so the 80s non-makeup Kiss, because, well, Bruce Kulick is a fucking badass on guitar.
Yep.
And the songs are killer. But I like the 70s stuff too. And I've heard that song just like you guys have so many times. And I've played the song so many times. I'm just over it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I get that.
Shit. Can you imagine being in Kiss and playing that, every fucking, I mean, how do you still smile and be like, yeah, all right.
Yeah, my bank, I check my bank account and my smile
Right.
come right the fuck
Sure.
back. Wouldn't even be a
Yeah.
problem.
You're about fucking dead on with that, Brian. That's the only reason you get any enjoyment out of it at all.
Exactly. Exactly.
Hey, I've always said, some people say that money doesn't buy happiness. I say, give me some money and watch my face light up.
Well,
Right.
people that say that don't have any money.
That's right.
That's
We
right.
just went and saw Hairball, and when they did Rock and Roll All Night, my brother and I were standing right by each other. We both looked at each other, rolled our eyes, and just said, "Oh shit!" I mean, that's how burnt out. Even live with Hairball doing it right in front of us, like, "Oh shit!" That's how burnt out on that song I am.
No.
Okay, my number 9. If you were a teenager in the 1980s, every high school dance you ever went to had this song, and everybody made up their own little lyrics to make it a little more risque. It's Billy Idol, Money Money.
Ugh, I hate
And-
that fucking song.
Fucking hate
I
that song.
liked it. There was a period where I liked it, and I like Billy Idol. I mean, Rebel Yell, White Wedding, that's some good Cradle of Love. And there was a point where, fucking Money Money. And it got so overplayed back then. I don't remember the last time I've listened to that song on purpose. So, do you remember when they would play it, it'd go, here we go now, say Money Money. Hey, what? Get laid, get fucked.
Yeah.
And every teenager had to, because you felt so rebellious doing that. Anyway, yeah. Never care to hear it again.
Great point.
Yep.
I never liked the version.
Okay. All right. Okay. We are on to our number 8. Jason, lead us off.
Well, how apropos that you that's fucking fancy, eh?
Now,
You
dude.
mentioned Money Money because there was 3 songs on my list that I absolutely refused to have play at our pre-wedding social. If you don't know what that is, it's a Canadian thing where you have a big dance and you raise money for the bride and groom before they get married and whatever. It's a big fucking shaker. Anyway.
Sure.
And I worked for an event management company pre-university, like as a bouncer and stuff. So I worked many socials over the years. And Money Money was one that I refused to play at mine because I'd heard it so much. And this is the other one I hated. I fucking hate Old Time Rock and Roll by Bob Seger.
Oh, God, yes. Oh, yeah.
Never, never.
So you
I'd
never
rather
take that
step
old
on
record
a
off your
fucking
shelf.
Rusty Nail than listen to that song.
Like, man, I actually road tripped with a dude and he put it in. I popped it out and threw it out the window like you see in movies. Like, fuck off. Not even, you're lucky we're friends right now. I hate that song.
What's that on a road trip? What the shit?
Well, the last road trip I ever did.
Hey.
So I'm fucked.
I'll throw this out there, though. I fucking love Bob Seger, but I'm with you on that song. The other one that I got sick of from Bob Seger was that Like a Rock, because it was always sparkle. But I
actually
do
like the one he did on the
Seger.
Beverly Hills Cop, whatever, like Shakedown. Great tune.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
no, Old Time Rock and Roll, garbage.
All right. Okay. Old time rock and roll. Mariah should be here in a couple minutes.
Nice.
And we're on to Brian's number 8.
My next 3 are on my list because they don't represent the bands that did these songs. And this was this band's biggest song, Extreme from Porno Graffiti, More Than Words.
Hate it.
Oh.
I don't think it's a bad song, but I can't listen to that. It's nothing like what the band's about. It was all over the place when it got big. And it was just like, I remember people listening to it, oh, that song was great, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, dude, you gotta listen to the rest of the album. That's like the weakest track on that album. It's not even close.
Right.
I remember there was a metal show on a local station when I lived on Long Island on WBAB was the station. Fingers Metal Shop. I brought him up numerous times in the show. And he had Extreme on and played that song. And it's like supposed to be a metal show. And he was like, yeah, this is Fingers Metal Shop. You just heard that. It was like, that's not what the show's about. But then a month later, the thing blew up and was the biggest song on the planet. But I can't listen to that. I will never seek out to play it ever. I have no reason to. And it does not represent what Extreme's about in any fucking way. So I cannot listen to that song.
Well, me and you just did what was it? Hair metal or songs we hate by bands we love, right?
Yeah.
And that was, I mean, and that wasn't one where I liked it when it first, even when it first came out, and everybody was like, "Yeah, More Than Words." I was like, "Yeah, More Than Words." Okay, so
well, it was like, see, for me, it's like it's not a bad song. I don't think it's a bad song,
Yeah.
but again, it doesn't represent Extreme in any way. I've known people that bought that album thinking the whole album was like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, not even close. This is
Not even close. No.
Yeah, way better.
Yeah. I'm with you. I never liked that song. The one time I saw Extreme live when they started playing it, I used that as the perfect point to go take a piss.
Yeah.
Just so I didn't have to listen to it.
Yeah.
They were here a couple months ago in Winnipeg. They didn't even play it.
Good for them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
Wow.
All right, Jeremy, number 8.
All right. I don't know if anybody will crucify me or not, but that's what I'm here to do. This is one that I currently still play with Abrasion. We play it, and we always get a good response, but I hate it just because it's so overplayed. I don't even know that I like the song that much. It's "I Love Rock and Roll" by Joan Jett. It's just, yeah, whatever. I love rock and roll, and I do love rock and roll, so it's hard for me to say that. And it's fun to play and see the girls out there dancing, doing their thing, but I kind of just, here we go. We have to play this one, and there we go. And just like when it comes on the radio, I'll never listen to it ever. It will constantly be skipped or channel changed immediately. So that's where I'm at with Joan Jett. I Love Rock and Roll.
That is a great song.
That's a great album.
And great album, and probably played to beat shit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I hear you. I don't think I'm to that point, but I can see why. Why. Okay. Jay, number 8.
Killing the Name of by Rage Against the Machine.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like you were saying, Brian, about bandmates that play whatever. I had a couple bandmates that used to piddle around with that fucking song. Jesus Christ, I wanted to tape my ears shut. Okay, if I never hear it again, I mean, I like some shit by Rage Against the Machine. That ain't one of them. And if I never hear it again, it's going to be too soon.
Nowadays, their name is Rage for the Machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how they used to be all bitter and pissed at the system and capitalism sucks and all this shit. And once they started becoming millionaires from their music, all of a sudden we're like, we can't do this anymore. We're walking away from the scene. It's like, yeah, what are you going to rewrite? I got to go to the ATM. Like, what are you going to write about? You're millionaires. Cut the shit.
Here's something, just a question for the musicians on this, because Anthony and I wish we were, but we're not. I mean, I can play the air guitar like a motherfucker, but
there you go.
Yeah. But for the musicians on this page, I've always said that if I had a band and the record company said, you are going to be a gajillionaire if you play this kind of stuff, I'd sell out in a fucking heartbeat to cash checks.
A lot of them did.
Yeah. Would you?
Yeah, I really would. Sadly, I think I would have.
Yeah, I would have too. Just as long as the women and the drugs were there, I'll play whatever you want.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Let's
look at my Trump hands.
Let's say
there are limitations.
I mean, I think like let's say a guy, I'm a rocker and a record label was like, hey, I might also know how to rap. We're gonna sign you as a rap artist. I don't know. But would I play around with my rock and roll strategy a little bit, and alter some shit to be more pop ready? Yeah, probably. You know
what? I mean, think of it this way. You look at More Than Words. That thing was huge, sold millions of albums, and no one looks at Nuno Betancourt and go, that guy can't play, he's sold out. No, the other shit in the album just fucking shreds.
Right.
Yeah. There's a way around it. I mean, it's all about the music. No, it's not. No, it really isn't. That's crap. That's crap.
I've always likened Extreme.
Hey, stop talking about her. She's here.
So she's here. But just zip before I finally get to meet her. Yeah. I always likened Extreme to similar, like you look at their records and how different they are. They're a little bit like Queen, where they can play whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
Right?
They did that on Queen did everything. Every story.
That's right. Yeah. So Brian May's favorite guitarist is Nuno.
That's a great comparison, man, because they really were eclectic in the way in which they approached music. They really were. Yeah.
because after Porno Graffiti came out, they got this funk metal label put on them.
A little bit.
And 3 sides of every story, they started getting more comparisons to Queen.
Yeah.
Especially the experimental stuff they did on that album.
Yeah.
And then even the latest album, there's other stuff on there. You're like, well, this isn't Get the Funk Out or
Like,
Do You Want to Play?
Oh, Rise
great
would be a
tune.
great
Oh,
thing. I mean,
but
that
then you've
guitar
got
solo that Nuno did lit
Shreds.
everybody's ass.
Oh,
off.
yeah. But then they had that one song,
Other Side of the Rainbow.
Rainbow on it. And there's
Yeah,
Beautiful
Other Side of
Girls
the
they
Rainbow.
released. This is
Great
completely
tune.
different than Rise. Completely different.
They're like
Yeah.
Queen.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we got Mariah back.
Hi, Mariah.
I will put up her X handle, but Mariah, who just had to work a little bit later, welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Glad to be here.
Absolutely.
Upset I'd work late, but whatever.
All right, that's all right. So
Money before
we are not that far in. We are only on our number 8s, and
Jesus
Jason
Christ.
just finished his 8, and he's starting that. So, do you want to? Can you just quickly do your 9, your 10, and 9?
Yeah.
And we'll do your 8s, and then we'll be right in the rotation.
Yeah. First of all, are you a Steelers fan?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Go
Oh, yeah.
Steelers.
Yeah. I think I've seen some stuff on X that you've like shared some Steelers.
No, I'm a massive Steelers
Oh
fan.
yeah. Oh
Awesome.
totally. Since I was a little kid. Yeah.
Yeah, my dad grew up a fan and made all of his kids fans. So, yep.
Yeah. Cool. All right.
Awesome.
So
I can't do that to my
really
kid. I'm a
quickly-
Jets fan, and I can't.
Oh, you poor
Oh,
bastard.
no,
I
you
can't
can't
do that
put
to him.
that torture on him. Hey,
That's
I
child
walked away
abuse.
from the NFL because of it.
That is child abuse, man. Making
Yeah, I
you a
can't
Jets fan.
do it.
So we will go into Mariah's number 10 song that she maybe liked at one point, doesn't need to hear again. What do you got, Mariah?
Yeah. So funny you guys are talking about Extreme because that's my number 10 is More Than Words by
That was
Extreme.
my number 8. Yep, there you go.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well done.
And the reason it's my number 10, I hated it when I first heard it, and then I loved it for a while, and now I'm kind of back to, it's whatever, but I don't need to ever hear it again. So
Sure.
I've gone kind of the whole range on this song, but yeah, I don't need to hear it anymore.
Okay. All right. And what's your number 9?
Number 9, I was considering a bunch of different songs, but ended up going with 17 by Winger.
Oh,
Okay.
I still dig that one.
I like
Yeah.
the song. Red Beach's solo was awesome. The content is
Oh, it's bad.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
good.
and that might be it. I mean, I looked up the age of consent in his home state of Indiana, and it's 17, but still. I'm just
He
like,
supposedly did that because of the Beatles song "Saw Her Standing There." And he
Oh.
was like,
It
"Yeah,
was
it's
just
fucking
17.
yeah."
Yeah.
Which even for the Beatles, it's fucking creepy. It's creepy.
Right.
yeah, the Beatles had a couple of weird ones, and
Yeah.
But
Kiss has
when
got
the
a worst one though. Kiss,
15, 16.
yeah, that one.
Yep.
That's even worse.
when the Beatles
Domino was another one too.
Yeah, All in the Name of by Motley Crue. It's another
15.
one.
Yeah, it's getting
when,
worse.
when the Beatles were just getting big, there were people like Eddie Cochran married like a 13-year-old. When Elvis met Priscilla, she was like 15 or 16. It was just
Jerry
a
Lee
different
Lewis
time.
married his
Jerry Lee Lewis is another one.
cousin.
Jerry Lee Lewis married
Yeah.
his cousin, I think. Oh, so anyway. Okay.
Yeah. Steven Tyler had like a 14-year-old girl that
Yeah.
her mom let him,
Ted Nugent had somebody I remember seeing out on that Behind the Music on him back in the day.
Oh, Ted Nugent had everything from every age, from every, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyways, so that's number 9.
Yep,
And-
okay.
And then you'll do your number 8, and then we'll be right in our rotation.
Okay, and number 8 is the Final Countdown by Europe for me.
That was on my list. Yep.
Yeah,
well done.
the big reason that one's on my list, honestly, because I've heard a bunch of these songs, but a bunch of times. But my youngest brother, he gets obsessed with something, and he kind of rotates through obsessions. He'll just play it nonstop, and this was his obsession a couple of years ago, and I heard that song multiple times a day, every day.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't need to hear it again. He still likes it. My brother and I were both like, nope, never need to hear it again.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Okay, Brian, we're on to your number 8. What do you got?
I did my number 8.
Yeah,
That
Mariah
was more
was.
the words.
I think we're all going number 7 now. No,
Yeah, it's
you done
7.
your 8?
I
Anthony?
haven't done my
I
8.
did mine.
Jeremy, have you done your 8?
Yes, sir.
Jay,
Jay?
have you
Yep.
done your 8?
Yep, I did mine because I had Rage Against the Machine.
You did.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, then
You didn't do yours yet.
that's right.
my 8. And then we'll be on to our number 7s.
Correct.
My number 8.
Read a math.
Hey, I ain't no mathematician. All right. Okay. I taught high school English. I'm good with the words. Okay. In North Dakota in the 1980s and 1990s, it seemed like every household had to have at least one copy of Meatloaf's Bat Outta Hell album.
Yep.
And it seemed like I could not escape the song Paradise by the Dashboard Light. And I like that album. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. There's some good shit on there. But Paradise by the Dashboard Light, and you got to listen to that whole baseball spiel where he's talking about I'm rounding first and blah, blah, blah. And he's trying to get into her pants and she wants him to say that she loves him and all that shit. So it's a great album. That was a good song at some point, but I don't think anybody in North Dakota ever wants to hear it again. I'm one of them. That's my number 8.
I totally agree with
That's
that.
an excellent.
That's
excellent
fair.
pick.
That's one of my favorite albums ever. I absolutely love every song, but even I'll skip
Sure.
the whole baseball thing.
Yeah.
It just feels not necessary. It's my least favorite song on the album, and I skip the baseball thing. It's
Yeah.
weird.
I mean, took the words right out of my mouth. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. There's so much good shit on that album. So it's easy to see that thing sold like 20-some million copies.
Yeah, you don't hear much about it anymore, though. I
Right.
feel like I don't feel like
Sure.
that's talked about anymore.
True.
I remember back in the day, like maybe in the late 90s, early 2000s, maybe, that would play in a bar and all the girls would sing it
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
every time. And it was like, oh, I can't listen to this fucking garbage. Can't.
Well, I remember that came out in like 78 or something. 77 or 78.
77.
And I remember an interview with Meatloaf, and he was talking about his career because in the early 90s, he had that big resurgence because he put Bat Outta Hell 2 back into hell.
Yeah, he's going back and forth. He's got a train. He's going back and forth.
Right.
Meatloaf, not
But
gonna
he was talking about his career in the 80s and how, he wasn't, his albums didn't sell for shit, blah, blah, blah. But he said Bat Out of Hell, the first one, still sold 8 million copies in the fucking 80s.
Yeah, I bet.
I mean,
crazy.
that's unreal. That thing just consistently sold. So
Yeah.
anyway, okay. Now we're on our number 7s. Now we're back on track. Jason, lead us off.
I'm pretty sure we're all going to agree this is kind of an easy one. You shook me all night long. Again, every bar, every party, every radio station, classic everything. She was a fast machine. Skip.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I had it on my list, Jason, but damn, I had a hard time putting an ACDC. It's on my honorables, but I had a hard time putting it on this. It's right here written down as an honorable, but I didn't put it on my top 10.
I'll say this, though. I'd rather play that than Stairway to Heaven or Seven Nation Army.
Well, sure.
I
but
agree. I agree with that.
I just can't do it. Like my favorite. Oh, there's so many good tunes on Back in Black. But
Oh,
I mean,
of course.
the one song, if it comes on the radio or whatever, and it actually had a huge resurgence on the charts, and Back in Black started selling again, is when the Marvel movies used it. Shoot the
Thrill.
Right?
Yep.
Iron Man.
I love that song.
Yeah.
Shoot the Thrill's great. I fucking hate You Shook Me All Night Long. I hate's a strong word. I just don't need to hear it anymore.
I get it.
Yep.
No.
Just skip.
That is one of my favorite albums of all time. But
Me too, but I just
do
can't.
that.
I will listen to Hell's Bells and Shoot the Thrill
Mhm.
all day long, but I can't do it.
Yeah.
I got you.
I think I would agree, but it's one of my dad's favorite songs, so it's like, I got fond memories. But there are some times where I'm like, all right, I've heard this. It's the 3rd time on the radio today. All right.
Today.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Okay, so you're going to listen to it twice. The 3rd time you're skipping Mariah.
every 3rd time it's a skip.
And that's a class. Whose fucking dog is that?
Those are mine.
Oh, okay. Charlie's over here. Ears are perking up, and
Yeah.
she's like, hey, because she's not spayed yet, and she's probably getting into her
Peanut butter phase.
But yeah, or peanut butter phase. Yeah, speaking of that, we're out of peanut butter. Shit, thumbs down.
Yeah, that's
good. Anyway, yeah, that AC/DC. Now I lost my train of thought, but that's another one that in the 80s was played during every fucking high school dance, and so I get you. Okay, we're moving on to Mariah's number 7.
All right, so at number 7, I have "Lay Your Hands on Me" by Bon Jovi.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's a song I just feel like I've heard way too much. I also feel like it just repeats itself too much, which the songs that do that, usually I like them the first couple of times, and then I just get bored of them and done with them. So
An 80s song that repeats itself.
at the beginning of the song, it says "Lay your hands on me" probably 20 times in a row before it actually gets to anything else. And by that point, I'm already done with the song. So
wow, it's funny. It's like you said it early before you joined, Mariah. There's going to be some stuff that comes up that you're going to argue about, and I love that fucking song still.
Yeah,
and maybe because the video
like
is exactly like the tour, because that is exactly how I saw them.
Jason,
exactly how they do it.
Jason, you sound weird right there. I think maybe when you were doing this, you sounded just.
How's that? Good?
Yeah, you're good now.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, the video is exactly like the tour went, where he popped out of the stage and everything and ran around that thing that whatever. I love the whole record almost, really. But no, different strokes for different folks, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes
just so you know, Mariah, I started off with I fucking hate Rat Round and Round. So, whatever.
Oh boy, no, I love that song.
Yeah.
Sometimes when Brian and I do videos, I hear him say, "Lay your hands on me" 20 times in a row too.
Yeah,
he doesn't get sick of it.
I usually edit that shit out.
He's got a countdown for it.
I'm like, okay, I know. All right.
Part of it could be I just don't care for New Jersey as much as some other people do. I love it. Bon Jovi's a favorite band of mine, but I much prefer Slipper and Wet. New Jersey, there's some good songs on there, but it's not nearly as much of a favorite for me as it is for some people. So maybe that's part of it.
I'm with you on that.
I totally get that.
But you can hear, I've said this before on the show before, when he says, "I've been to school," and his voice squeaks, that's John Bon Jovi's voice going.
Yeah.
That was the end of his voice. He blew it out singing more
Living on a Prayer.
Living on a Prayer billions of times before that. But when you hear his voice squeak in that song, that's not a good sign for his vocal cords.
No.
But Brian, I've listened because when we did that episode, I had to re-listen again. He's not singing when he does it. It's like an extra thing. I've been to school. Ow.
Yeah, and you can hear the strain in his vocals when he does that.
That wasn't deliberate.
That's not a normal sound your voice makes. Maybe Google does alone.
I thought he just put that in there to be.
Okay. Yeah. All right. We're on to Brian's number 7.
My number 7, this one might be a controversial one. Not exactly a huge song, but is their band's biggest song. It's "I Don't Need Rules" by Kik Tracy.
What?
I'll explain why. Because I knew people get upset about this.
I thought that was like one of your favorite songs of all time.
It's a great song.
It's one of my favorite albums of all time. That's the weakest track on the album.
That's why I bought the album.
The problem I have with it, if you ever hear that band anywhere outside of your own house, that's the one song they play by them. That album is way more deeper. There's so many better songs on it, and no one will play anything but that one song. So I hear Kik Tracy, and it's that song. It's like, oh my God, the whole album is great. Pick anything else. But nope, it's always that song by them.
I mean, agreed. The album is great. There's great shit on it. But all I need to hear is that opening. Oh my fucking! I've got goosebumps right now.
It's a good song, but there's so many better ones, and it's like, oh, I'm listening to this one again. Out of all these songs on this album, it's the one. Pick your favorite album, listen to the same song over and over. Anytime the band's played on the air, you'll be sick of it too.
Yeah. No, I think that's the problem with any of these songs. Because, I think that's why we're all burnt out on them. But, God, I remember seeing that No Rules on Headbangers Ball, and that was so damn heavy. I put that on our heavy album.
Yeah, that got me to buy the album.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, but
it's a bad song.
Right. You hear it a lot. What are you listening to that I actually don't hear it anywhere?
like a Hair Nation. That's all they play by them.
That's
it.
the only song they play by Kick Tracy.
Yeah, and that's my thing. It's like it's a band you don't hear a lot of, and when you do, it's just one fucking song.
Sure.
What's his face? Dee Snider has like a hair metal show too. He'll play something like that, but nothing else. He always plays like hits and shit. But
yeah,
like, come on, it's a whole entire album that's just the awesomeness.
Yeah,
that one song again.
Gotcha.
Okay. Love that song. You're a douchebag. Okay, Jeremy,
you have me on.
You're welcome, Jeremy. You're number 7.
Well, this one's going to be perfect for you, Brian. I know you and I agree because you say it actually in your montage. And it's Here I Go Again by Whitesnake. I don't care if it's the 70s version or the 87, 6 or 7 different versions that they did for 1987. Why did they, and I'm really asking this, why did they make that pussy version for the radio? Why did they push that song up after it came out? It was the heavy one off of the 87 self-titled, and it was great, and it had Vanderberg and all that. Then, for some reason, they shortened it, put all this keyboard shit over the top, re-released it back onto the radio, even weaker. Who can explain that decision for me?
Make it radio friendly, get more airplay.
God, I hate that version.
How come I don't feel like I know that there was 2 different versions off the 87 album?
Yeah.
What was more radio friendly version? Yeah, like you said. Yeah.
Like a remix.
It's really weak, Guru. It's really freaking weak. Well, look it up. You'll be like, why did they do this? I mean, it is just, it's AOR friendly for sure.
I've thought because the 2 massive rock songs on that album are Still of the Night and Here I Go Again. And you're right. You hear Here I Go Again all the time. So I'm still kind of excited when I hear Still of the Night.
But absolutely.
I'm like,
hell yeah. Raise the volume on that.
Yeah, I think Still of the Night's better than Here I Go Again.
Oh, 100%. Me too. One of the best rock songs.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, Jay, you're number 7.
Time for an unpopular opinion. Iron Man by Black Sabbath.
I get it. I totally get it.
Yeah, I get it. That's on my honorables. Yeah.
I mean,
Iron Man.
Yeah,
that's Black Sabbath's
unpopular opinion. I don't really like Black Sabbath with Ozzy. As was said before, I like Black Sabbath with Dio.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
I hear that. Yeah, I haven't listened. I don't listen to a lot of Sabbath. But I hear Iron Man shit. That's the song you hear all the time. So
yeah, I can do without War Pigs too as an honorable.
Yep.
Okay, my number 7. And I felt like there was going to be a lot more disagreement here. There's a lot of agreement. Maybe this will start the disagreement. I don't know. But it's Motley Crue, Dr. Feelgood. That song.
Pick of that one too.
I fucking love that song.
Okay.
I do too.
Hey, it's okay to be wrong. So, I mean, massive hit, massive album. And I said this before. I don't feel like that album has aged well for me. Without You, I fucking hate now. Same old situation. Don't go
that song.
Mad. Just go away. I like, but I don't. I don't play them anymore. And Dr. Feelgood, I just, it was a great song, but as soon as it comes on, I'm skip. I don't need.
I will definitely respect your opinion, and to the point, I agree with some of the other songs. Don't Go Away, Mad. Same old situation. Good songs, but I mean, I don't
today.
make a point to listen to them.
Hey, I threw down the gauntlet on our thread
on the text. Yeah,
what I believe that, and that's maybe a video for another day of what I think about Motley Crue.
We did that.
Yeah.
I think that they made the original 4 made 3 good albums.
Yeah.
Their best one is 94. Yeah. And, it was the lifestyle. I mean, it was all the bands tried to do what Motley Crue was doing. It was just weird. You can never get away with that today. That's what made them dangerous. That's what made them popular. They were just insane.
We did do a Motley Crue roundtable. We ranked the albums. What I would like to do, because I think we could get into some of the outside of music stuff even, is I would like to do one of those 10 things I think, about Motley Crue, then you open
Love
it
it.
up a lot more to different shit. You can talk
Count,
about
yeah,
side
let's do that.
projects and all that. So anyway,
Great.
so
I'm
they-
with you on that, though. I don't think their discography is that strong.
Nope.
Yeah, I
Not top to bottom, it isn't.
Because we've done a bunch of things. After that, we did Rat and Tesla, and I think as we went on, the band's song history got stronger. I think
Sure.
Motley Crue were the weakest one out of those three, easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, you're right. Like,
you guys are
listen-
upsetting Mariah.
Anyway, sorry, Mariah.
No. I pretty much.
I'm not here to make people happy.
No, the first two
Notice.
and Dr. Feelgood and Motley Crue 94 and Saints, I like. The other ones, no. Theater of Pain's got 2-3 good songs on it.
I'm still gonna say Theater of Pain is my favorite. Always will be.
I got a song. I got a song
production
coming up
shitty.
from that album, Jay, that makes this list. Sorry, buddy.
Oh,
See,
no.
Yeah,
Me too.
it's all good. I probably already know which one you're gonna pick.
I bet
Okay,
you.
let's move on from the Motley Crue
Yeah.
video that we're
Sorry.
doing, and let's go
Yeah.
back to
All right, fuck.
songs that we don't need to hear again. I just did Motley Crue, so I think that finished up the number 7s, and we're on with Jason with number 6.
Well, it's a song that I can't stand, and it's a signature song of this band that if they didn't have it, they probably would have been bigger. I just can't listen to it, and that's Sister Christian by Night Ranger.
Mm.
I'm still playing that.
I
Hate
love
it.
that song.
Yeah, I listen to it.
Blast that
The
one.
rest,
I usually
just-
listen to it when I'm in a row. My Chinese friend is throwing firecrackers when I'm selling cocaine. It's great.
But
It's awesome. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's not, I don't know. For me, it's not. It's kind of like, Brian said it like extreme with more than words. It's not Night Ranger for me when you think about all the other great tunes on Midnight Madness and
Mhm.
their other body. I just don't like it. It's overplayed. Again, Hair Nation, we're going to play When I Close Your Eyes, or they're going to play Sister Christian. Well, they're going to play Sister Christian, and
Yeah.
no thanks.
I feel like Night Ranger is one of the forgotten bands
They
of
are.
the 80s.
And
I
it's because
love
of
Night
Sister
Ranger.
Christian. It's because
Man,
of
they are
Sister
a good
Christian.
band.
I hear Don't Tell Me You Love Me on radio too.
Yeah,
Yeah, that one I hear. Yeah.
You
I
can
think they
still
would have
rock
been
in
bigger, yeah.
America.
great song.
Sister Christian, Sentimental Street, When You Close Your Eye. Anyway. Yeah. Okay.
Sister Christian held them back, my opinion.
That could be. Sometimes fucking hits hurt your career.
Yep.
Great
So-
pie. Look at
And
that.
I asked Mike Matejevich from Steelheart when I interviewed him. I was like, "Hey, was there ever a point where you thought, yes, you're glad to have a hit with I'll Never Let You Go, but is there ever a point where you're like, shit, I don't want a big, huge ballad to be what I'm known for because that going to hurt my future career?" So that could be true about Sister Christian. Love Is on the Way to Saigon Kick. A lot of bands that happen too. So it's good in the present, but long term that can be an albatross that's hanging around your neck.
Yep.
So, okay, we're on to Mariah for number 6.
Yeah, number 6. Sorry, I had to get some. Number 6 for me. This might be unpopular as well because everyone I know seems to love this song, but it's "No One Like You" by the Scorpions.
Ooh.
That was
Yeah, it's-
that's on my honorables.
Overdone. It's
I'm
overdone.
not a fan of it.
Yeah, it's on my honorables, Mariah.
Yeah.
Yeah, can't listen to anymore. I don't know. I'm not sick of Wind of Change. I'm not sick of any of the other ones.
Oh, I never liked Wind to Change. I love that song. Oh.
I like When to Change. I think I've gotten a little sick of it, but
That was
Yeah.
all.
still like No One Like You.
That goofy whistling. Ugh. Stop it.
He and Axl Rose get together and they have a
Right.
whistle contest at Christmas
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, right.
Hey, I remember working at a 4-H camp and that whole summer walking around fucking whistling Patience. I think I can still whistle that thing.
Right.
Okay. All right, Brian, you're number 6.
My number 6, the biggest song by this band. Another album, great debut album. The rest of the album is fantastic, but they got pigeonholed to hearing this one song by them every time. Cult of Personality by Living Color.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a good tune, but that's all you hear from them. The rest of that album is fan-fucking-tastic. and all you hear is the oh, here we go again. And the few moments that we have left, so we heard the thing a million times already.
Yep.
That rest of the album is so much better. Again, I think that's the weakest song off the album. I would listen to anything else off that album than that one.
One of the most underrated guitar players of the genre.
Yeah.
Vernon Reid.
Yeah.
Him, my two underrated guitar players, it's really close between Vernon Reid and Dave Meniketti.
And Muzz Skillings is a great bassist.
Oh,
such a killer rhythm section in that band.
Yeah.
I never really spent much time with Living Color at all.
I only heard the album.
I probably should have.
Oh, you racist.
Yeah, that's it.
Go.
That's it.
Yeah.
Way to bring race into it, Brian.
Wow. Wow.
Sorry,
Hey, I like MC Hammer. Okay. I like Young MC. I'm just fucking with you. Okay. All right.
But it really is a great album. Oh my God, it's so
I hear that.
Yeah.
I hear that. Okay. Jeremy, number 6.
All right. Number 6, I'm going to go into the alternative world. And I actually loved it when it came out. It killed our genre. I'm so pissed off at this band for what it did to our music. And now I'm just over this song because it's everywhere. It's still popular. And it smells like Teen Spirit. I did not have it like our friends on the Rock Resurgence Radio. But I got into it. I drank the Kool-Aid for a little while. But now, nope, I won't listen to any Nirvana song. And that's purely, I think, out of spite. Or the fact that every time I go to Fargo, you hear every fucking Nirvana song ever played. One after another. So, Smells Like Teen Spirit, my number 6. Never need to hear that again.
I thought it was just
Nirvana's completely overrated.
Sure.
Totally overrated.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And when you listen to fucking talk about like 80s bands trying to recreate their album, when that In Utero came out in 1994, I was like, it was the exact same thing as fucking Nevermind.
It was the exact same thing, but it was worse. I mean, I liked half of Nevermind, and I love half of Nevermind, and I hate the other half, and I love about 2 songs off of In Utero, and I'm like, okay, so Heart-Shaped Box, All Apologies, great. The rest of this, it's worse than the last album. And Bleach is atrocious. Bleach is
Heart-Shaped Box is the only Nirvana song I even like.
That's fair. I think it's the best one.
There's a previous album, I think, called Insecticide. There was some shit on there that I liked a couple songs.
Yeah, I think that was like an EP. It was bad.
Yeah, but if you even look at the other big grunge acts at the time, I thought Alice in Chains was way better. Soundgarden was way better. I thought Stone Temple Pilots was way better.
Yep. Yeah. I don't like Pearl Jam, at all.
I can't like Pearl Jam. I can't.
I like my favorite song is from 2008 from them, and it's The End. And I think that's the only Pearl Jam song I like, and it's random. But
because you were hoping for The End, yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
When we were discussing doing an episode on songs we love by bands we hate, that's what I envisioned. Because yes, I don't like Pearl Jam, but is there a song or two that over the years I was like, oh fuck, that's pretty good. Yes. So that's what there might be even though I don't like Nirvana, there's probably a song or two that I was like, fuck, I can do this. So that's what I was envisioning. And
I'm a firm believer that in almost any band, if they're at least in the genre you like, you can find a song to enjoy from them. Yes. Almost any band, you can find at least one, 2 songs. If you hate rap music, maybe not from every person in that, but if you like rock, you can probably find something from every rock artist to enjoy.
Exactly. Okay, now fuck, who just went?
Me.
Jeremy's up.
Jeremy. Yeah. Okay, Jay, you're number 6.
My number 6 is Sweet Home Alabama.
Oh,
nice.
I like Leonard Skinner, but that song is fucking overplayed.
Well, and Kid Rock didn't do it any favors either.
No,
exactly. He put the fucking death nail in it. So I'll take Call Me the Breeze. Nice. I'll take Saturday Night Special.
Special's a good one. Working for the MCA is a great one.
Yeah, Tuesday's gone. I've been in Alabama for 3 years, so I'm really done hearing Sweet Home Alabama.
Sure.
No, thank you. No more.
What'd you say about it, Mariah? You played it for 3 years?
No, I said I lived in Alabama for 3 years.
Oh,
so
gotcha.
All the time.
Oh, yeah.
I played everywhere. I was like, no more.
Yep.
And the state sucks. I'll just say that.
No, it does. It does. I lived there for 3 years and I hated every bit of it. So,
There you
yep.
go.
Believe me, I know the humidity kills you. Ugh. And the people are terrible. No offense to the friends, but-
You know what?
Comment below.
That's right. Living in North Dakota, the fucking weather sucks, but I'll be honest. The people are fucking friendly. You can leave your car running outside the store and you don't have to worry about it. So anyway,
Because there are no people.
Because there are no people.
Yeah,
There are no
people don't
fucking
exist.
people.
In
Kinda like
Alabama,
here.
everyone's fake polite.
Same thing.
Nobody actually wants to be your friend. They just talk about you behind your back. So it's just the
All right. That was was that Jay was not
Jay.
number 6? My number 6 is maybe the biggest song of this band's career. It is the song that broke an album that sold 12 million copies. It is Pour Some Sugar on Me by Def Leppard. And there was a point where I would have said, when this album was out and was being, was becoming the biggest thing, I would have said, this is my favorite album of all time. Hysteria. I loved that thing. But Pour Some Sugar on Me broke, and you can't, and Brian, you know what it's like because you're in the strip bars every night and you got to hear that song.
I got to see you dance. That's how you survive.
Yeah, well, hey, thanks for the $1 bill the other day. Real cool.
No problem.
Pour Some Sugar on Me. I did like it when it came out. I really liked it. But I think that is maybe the definition of overplayed when it comes to hair metal.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Are you wrong? No. Do I like the song still? Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Okay,
But-
tell me I'm fucked up. It's okay.
No, I feel like I would have said Hysteria was at least like maybe my second favorite album at one point. But I feel like every time I rank favorite albums, it just gets lower and lower. And that's not because I dislike it. It's just because, I don't know, other stuff
doesn't hold up.
give me a bit more.
It, just like Motley Crue's Dr. Feelgood for me, it didn't age that well. Like now, it's my third favorite after Pyromania and High and Dry. So
Yeah, I think Dr. Feelgood was my favorite by Motley Crue at one point, and now
Yes.
the debut, and I think Motley Crue '94 are above it.
Sure, I get that. Hell yes. Okay, that finishes the number 6s. We're halfway done. Jason, we're on to your number 5. Lead us off.
Motley Crue, Smoking in the Boys Room.
That's my next one. Nice.
Sorry, man. Sorry, Jer.
No, it's all good. It's all good, man. You take
Oh,
it.
just sucks.
That's what I was figuring you actually had, Jeremy.
Yeah, it is. Take it, Jason.
I'll be the only one that likes that one.
Ooh.
Oh dear. Well, we're not all
I'll
perfect.
stick out as the only one.
Who
I
needs
got
credit?
a lot of fond memories of singing that, yelling out that one with my
Sure.
dad with the volume turned all the way up. My mom hates the song though, so
Again, we all loved it. We all thought it was a Motley original when we were 12 years old.
No, we
Whenever
didn't
it came
all love
out, right? Until we found out it wasn't. The video was stupid as hell.
Oh, the video's so goofy.
Motley
Yeah, the
trying to
video's
be
goofy.
glam
Oh.
and whatever. Like, I mean, I was so 83, 84, 85. So I was 13. So still didn't understand the darkness between Shout at the Devil. Because Theater of Pain was my first introduction to Motley Crue at
Sure.
13, right? So I don't know, but now it's just good Lord.
Yeah.
That's just
Yeah.
such a bad
I
cover.
maybe liked that when it came, but even that
Yeah.
was that and Your Mama Don't Dance by Poison
Ugh.
really got old fucking fast.
Yep.
Ugh. All right. Because it felt like they were singing, they were trying to like catch the mom market. Hey, we'll bring back this 50s song.
Yeah.
And maybe that.
No, but if you watch the
fans.
video, it was like, yeah, fuck school and teachers. Yeah, we're rebelling. It's like, you fucking cornballs.
Yeah,
Cut
it
the
was kind of
shit.
trying to be a version of School's Out, I think. I think
Yeah.
that's kind of the thing they were
Oh,
going
man.
for, which I do like School's Out as well, but I don't know.
You got-
I like
you
both
gotta
of them, but I get
remember-
it.
what the biggest videos were that came out the year before, and that was I Want to Rock and We're Not Going to Take It. So that was their version of that.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's so bad.
Yeah.
And so bad.
Okay.
You think like the deep tracks Tonight, Louder Than Hell, which they still
Yeah.
play live. Like there's some decent whatever.
City
Anyway,
Boy Blues, I believe, is on that album.
that's a good tune too.
Keep your eye on the money. There's some decent songs on it.
Yeah.
Yep. But
Well, it's fucking Jay's favorite Motley Crue album. So, all right.
Yeah.
Save our souls, fellas.
Hey, Jay, what's your favorite off the album? What's your number one?
What's that?
What's your favorite off that album? What's your like number one?
Save our souls.
Okay, it's a good one.
Okay, we're on to Mariah's number 5.
Number 5, I debated putting 2 songs by the same band, so they're both there. And they're both by Kiss, and it's funny that you mentioned one of them in the text because that was gonna be that's the one. Rock and Roll All Night by Kiss, and also Lick It Up.
Thank you. Lick It Up sucks.
No.
I don't need to hear
That's so
either of them
great.
again. Rock and Roll All Night. I heard it to death, and Lick It Up I thought was kind of funny the first time or a couple times, and now I'm like, wait a minute, this is getting played all over the radio? No, this is terrible. Take it off. I'm sick of both of them.
That was on my list of songs we hate. Me and Guru did. Lick It Up stinks.
I
The
love
video's
Lick It Up.
terrible. The lyrics
Video
are corny.
shit. Yes.
Video was stupid.
That song
Oh,
is
those feral post-apocalyptic women feeding Gene Simmons like fucking Tang or the fuck liquid shit.
and
That may happen yet. We don't know.
Stupid.
Eric Carr, when they're walking, Eric Carr looks like he's like 3 feet tall, standing with the other guys, and they all look so awkward. And Gene's like, he's like, fuck, I don't have any makeup on. What the hell am I gonna do? Paul is the only one who looks halfway natural,
Right.
But I still love that song. I'm
So
with
do I.
Rock and Roll All Night.
Give me Detroit Rock City any day. I love that song. Strutter, great. Just not those 2.
Okay. All right. I'm hurt by the Lick It Up hate, but I'll live. I will live. Okay. Brian, number 5.
Well, this album came up before. It's probably Crue's one of their biggest songs. Theater of Pain's Home Sweet Home. I could never listen to that fucking song ever again.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard it so many times. I just can't do it anymore. I don't know what else to say about it. It's been overdone, overplayed, and I'm over it.
Yep.
I can't listen to that one anymore.
I do love Mick's solo in that song, so yeah, I'll always listen to it just for that reason, if nothing else.
It's just been, it's over the top, overdone. It's like, yeah, really, you doing all this cocaine and banging everything that moves. Now you want to go home because you miss what? Your bed and family? Shut up, Crew. This is so stupid.
That's in my honorables. I watched the video today. It's so stupid at the beginning. They're all 4 in random places.
I'm on my way.
Yeah.
I'll be right there. And it looks so manufactured and cheesy. And
It is. The song is too. I just can't.
Again, just like the Twisted Sister videos, they're just trying to whatever.
Yeah.
Cash and checks, baby.
And
Cash
did
and
I love
checks.
Home Sweet Home? Fuck yes, I did. But sure. I feel you with the overplayed and
yeah. I'm not saying I wouldn't say this song sucks, but it's I don't need to hear it ever again.
Sure.
There's a version out there of it. I remember seeing a live concert, and it's when it was either Sam Maloney was playing drums or Castillo, and because Tommy wasn't in it, Mick did a acoustic to replace the piano opening, and it was killer.
Yeah.
It's out there somewhere. I remember seeing it once and thought, well, that's cool.
Sure.
I was in a really nice restaurant, and I heard someone on the piano, like they were just playing a bunch of songs, and one of them, one point, I'm like, that's Home Sweet Home by Motley Crue. Why are they playing this in a nice restaurant? All right, that's random, but
We're old now.
Yeah, songs we used to
I
party
guess
to.
it's a requirement for us to play home on all our road trips.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know. I like it.
All right. Okay, Jeremy. Number 5.
Continuing on with the Merry Christmas part of the show. Apparently, we're in that Motley Crue Slam Fest, and I'm gonna continue with smoking in the boys' room. We played it in pep band, and I thought we were badass rebels for playing it then. You know, we're up on stage playing a Motley Crue song. And then you find out it's actually it's a Jackson Brown who actually did it.
Brownsville
It's like,
Station.
yeah, it's not even
Station.
Oh, Brownville Station, yeah. So it's not even a badass Motley Crue song. It's by this older band yet. And then the song just wears itself out. And I never really liked it to begin with, and definitely over it now. So, but at the time we thought we were badass because we were playing it in pep band on stage, you know. So
You're like, hey, we're playing a heavy metal band, and the song is about smoking.
Yeah, at school. I mean, yeah, exactly. It felt like rebellion when we were doing it, but yeah, it really wasn't. It was
That's
just
funny. My dad, they told him, and I think it was high school or college probably, they told him he could play a song if he wanted to. It was a Christian college or Christian school, whatever. It was some school. Told him he could play any song he wanted, and he was listening to the Motley Crue version of Anarchy in the UK a whole lot at the time.
oh boy.
Yeah, he forgot how that ended and played it. And he said everyone was staring at him, and teacher got pissed off that he picked that to play, and he's like, it didn't go very well, but hey, it was a good song.
Hell yeah, that's a great cover. Shit.
I thought
So another kind of school thing,
Megadeth
playing a song.
rips.
Megadeth is the best.
yeah,
rap.
way
Yeah,
better.
rips.
Way better.
Yeah.
I like the Megadeth one too, but I like the Motley Crue one. Shit.
But the Motley Crue version was corny.
You're corny.
Yeah,
Jay's
good one.
corny. He's from Iowa. Speaking of Jay, up to you with your number
Good
5.
segue.
Yeah. Oh, Guns N' Roses, Welcome to the Jungle.
Ooh. Yep.
Mariah's gonna punch you in the dick.
I love GNR, the first CD at least, and I'm in agreement with you, Guru, about the Use Your Illusions and whatnot. Should have been one good CD instead of what we got.
Yep.
But Welcome to the Jungle is over fucking played.
Yeah.
God,
Yep. Sporting events, high
It's
school,
sporting events.
it's
give
everywhere.
me any other song off that CD, and I'm happy as hell with it. But I'll pass on Welcome to the Jungle.
Yeah. See, and to me, it sounds as new and fresh today as it did when it came out, and that's why Round and Round didn't make my list, because my wife was really pushing for me with Round and Round. I'm like, to me, it still sounds as fresh as it did then. So that's how the GNR still feels for me. But yeah, I get it. We've heard it a million times if we've heard it twice. But yeah, it still feels fresh and new, and yeah. So
Jeremy,
Yeah,
speaking of
that.
fresh and new, do you ever get that unfresh feeling?
yeah, man, that itch. Yeah.
Only on this show.
Yeah.
There's some products that you can buy at Walmart that I think that'll help with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
My number 5, number 5, right? Okay,
Yep.
and now we're probably gonna get into some dupe. It's fucking Twisted Sister. We're not gonna take it. And who didn't love that? I mean, you shit. What were we? 12, 13, whenever it came out. We're not, you're like you said, you're feeling rebellious. You're like, hey, we're not gonna take your shit, even though we were taking it constantly, and we probably still are. So I just loved that song when I was a kid, and now I look at it as cheesy and overplayed.
Yep, that song's in my honorable mentions for a lot of the same reasons, and also because that was the other song that my brother played multiple times a day, and he thought that was the greatest song in the world. He probably still does.
However,
so-
Jeremy and I were hanging out the other day, and a song off that album that has aged well is The Price.
That's a great tune.
That's a
Great
great
song.
song.
Fantastic song.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Totally.
SMF's a good one, and the one is it Street Justice? Is that the one?
Maybe.
Well, some other songs that Shoot 'Em Down, I'm Me. There's a couple twisted.
That's earlier stuff. That's
The
earlier.
Kids Are Back is
Yeah.
fucking still awesome.
Kids Are
Also.
Back. Oh,
The song.
We could do a Twisted Sister one as well sometime for
hell
sure.
yeah.
Mhm.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Dee Snider's kind of a big douchebag now, but otherwise, yeah.
Yeah, though. Yeah.
He is. Okay. We're on to shit. That was the end of our number 5s. Jason, we're on to number 4.
That's what it is. In the beginning, Captain Howie and then Street Justice. Yeah, that's really good. I like those tunes.
Yep.
My number 4, somebody had mentioned like all the hits and stuff, but I've had enough of Once Bitten, Twice Shy.
Mm.
Oh.
Sorry. They have they're just Great White is such a good fucking band, and there's so many good tunes. I just recently, after Jack's death, completed my vinyl collection because I just really never gave them a good shot. So I just acquired these things because they're easy. The Great White stuff's easy to find.
Yeah.
And then I got the boot of a couple weeks ago. Their best album for me is Psycho City.
Sure.
Some good tracks on there, man. Step on You. Say
Great
Never.
album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even I
Goodbye.
found out you know, some of their bigger tunes too were covers of Angel City. I didn't realize that either. That was kind of cool. Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, Once Bitten, Twice Shy. Sorry, the video is always on. Classic rock, like just overdone, overplayed. See you later. Next.
If you listen to a lot of Hair Nation, that's where you're going to get sick of some shit.
Yeah, I don't anymore. I can't do it. Just ruin stuff. So
every now and then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I usually put on streaming because I don't want to get sick of songs. So if I'm on the radio too much and they're playing something, I'm like, no, I don't want to hate this song. So let me like turn this off.
Hey, I'm with you, Mariah. That's exactly what I do now. I don't let myself get burnt out anymore.
I tell you, the best part about doing this channel and then meeting the people on X is 70% of the time when I listen to music now, it's somebody recommending an album, or we do a video and somebody's like, oh, here's a song or a band that I love. So then after I do videos, I'm sitting around going, okay, I'm going to fucking listen to that album. And so I'm listening to all these albums that shit I never had back in the day.
Me too.
You know?
Yeah, that ballad video, so much I hadn't heard of. So I'd be going back and listening to it. It's great.
Yes.
Well, download the Station app. Listen to my show on Friday nights.
Oh, God.
Replays are out there. You know, all these deep tracks, the greatest.
I did download that. I'm going to have to do that.
Brian's getting sick of me because he'll post it on Twitter and I fucking reply right away. Here you go. Yeah, great track. Oh, a deep cut. Yeah. Dude.
I get a lot of most of interactions I get is when I post songs on
absolutely
Twitter.
I love the deep tracks you pick, dude. It's great.
Okay.
Thank you.
That was Jason with his number 4. Mariah, we're on your number 4.
Yeah, my number 4. We talked about Journey in like text or whatever, and I don't mind Don't Stop Believing. The song I don't want to ever hear again by them is Any Way You Want It.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I've heard it to death. The opening is just like, no, skip, turn it off. Let me find something better. No, I don't want to hear that again. And they got so much better songs on that album. You know,
I still think that Faithfully is one of my favorite ballads of all time. And Be Good to Yourself is one of my favorite rock songs of all time.
Great
but that opening, Any Way You Want It, that's that kind of drives me up a wall.
I don't know.
No, it drives me crazy. I hear it, I'm instantly done with it. I'll just listen to Walks Like a Lady. That's my favorite song.
When I hear that intro, I think of Rodney Dangerfield and Caddyshack.
Yes.
Right?
Right. Oh,
yeah.
Hearing that song, I want to say, 9 years ago or so. And I figured, let me just learn that song. I've heard it a million times, never learned how to play it. And that kind of just was like a resurgence for me playing bass again. For a while, I kind of like put it to the side, really hadn't done much with it. Every now and then I'd pick it up. Once I learned that one, all of a sudden I was all in as I was when I was younger, and I haven't put it down since. So
Ross Valerie is a very
That's
underrated
awesome. That's
bass
awesome.
player.
Didn't you say that? About, hey,
And Ross Valerie is a very underrated bass player.
yes.
Did you say the same thing about your penis? You used to play with it all the time.
Well, I had you to
play
do it
for a couple of years,
great.
and then later on, you were like, "Shit!" I just started playing with it again. It was amazing.
Then I had to rename it the Guru Tonsil Tickler, and I was like, it's just too much.
Tonsil tickler.
Tonsil Tickler.
There we. Hey, it's been a while since we had a.
Yeah, wait, what's time? Official time?
No, slacking. Too much time between.
Shit. Yes.
I'm taking this shit seriously.
All right. Yeah. Like we gotta. I'm like disappointed that everybody's like, yeah.
Well, invite better people on, asshole. What do you want to say?
More bullshit. More anger. It's more fucking physical shit. Okay. Here we go. Shit. That was Mariah's. Brian, what do you got?
4?
Yeah.
This might piss some people off. I'm tired of this song. People love it. It's Dream Warriors by Dokken. Can't listen to it anymore.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's been, it was on the Nightmare.
Asshole. That's the greatest Dokken song in the history of Dokken songs.
You're wrong. Anyway,
I've never liked that fucking song, so it's all good.
We're going to crew your ass, Brian.
I knew I had the one. I told you. But it was on the Nightmare Before Elm Street 3 soundtrack.
Yeah.
Could have stayed there. I mean, the video with George
Awful.
Lynch fighting Freddie, fighting Freddie with a guitar solo. And at the end, he wakes up like, what a nightmare. Who were those guys? Shut up. It's so stupid.
So bad.
And it's like, there's so many better songs on that album, like all the rest of the album.
The only good thing about that song is the guitar, physical guitar in the video, and a story Don Dawkins tells of doing blow off Freddie's fingers things.
Right.
That's a cool story.
I'm not saying it's not.
It's a shitty Dawkins song. It's like we've talked about it earlier. A song that just didn't belong with the band. It's like that's a fucking Bon Jovi or Def Leppard song. Whatever.
I agree.
There's not a song off of Back for the Attack I didn't like. I actually listened to 3 songs of them on the way back from Fargo today.
I'm not saying it's bad. It's just I can't listen to it anymore.
No, I got you.
That album's great. I'll just get that soundtrack song done. It doesn't need to be on this.
They were just trying to get bigger with it, right? They're trying to Bon Jovi and Def Leppard it in 87 or whatever.
Yeah.
So it just wasn't a Dawkins tune.
Bigger choruses,
Yep.
All right, Jeremy, you're number 4.
Oh, shoot. Okay. This has already been said. More Than Words.
Okay.
For the same things you guys said, you guys nailed it very well. And being a drummer, and Pat Geary is such a kick-ass drummer, and they had such a good sound, and then you got that song, which is good. I liked it back in its day, but I don't need to hear it again. And obviously, like, Get the Funk Out, you hear that slapping bass and everything. Like you said, Brian, you couldn't have said it any better. It was a false representation of porn and graffiti. It truly did not fit on that album, in my opinion, because that was so heavy and so grooving. So, yeah, More Than Words. I don't need to hear that one again.
But also, you hit upon it.
Too.
What's that?
I think the pacing of it's off too. It's just such an odd pacing of the song and the way it goes. I don't know. It's just
because
that album is just.
But it's in between Get the Funk Out and Money, and it just kills the flow of the album.
Does.
You brought up a good point. Like you said, there's no drums or bass. There's no reason for me ever to listen to that song. Even if a band I'm in plays it, I don't got to learn anything.
Right.
Knock yourselves out, guys. I'll be on the side just having a beer and watching you guys play it.
Absolutely, bro.
You have to learn the lighter.
Yeah, they did in the video. Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Jay, number 4.
The Lumberjack song by Jackal.
No. Great song.
Jackal.
We're fighting.
I hate that fucking song. Me.
That's man. Chainsaw solo. Are you kidding me?
Oh shit.
Love that song.
And I'll be honest, I've seen Jackal numerous times. They are a fucking phenomenal live.
That's what I've heard.
I agree. They fuck it up, man. They're good.
Totally.
But the best thing about that song, when that song was big, what's his face? Dupree was on Headbangers Ball and did an acoustic version of it. And he said to Ricky Rack, he's like, you like this guitar? And Rick Rack was, yeah, it's a cool guitar. He's like, after I play this song, I'll give it to you. Rick Rack's, that's cool. That's awesome. So he plays the song, gets the solo, pulls out a saw and starts sawing the shit out of it for the chainsaw solo. And then he hands it to Ricky, like it's just held together by strings and random pieces of wood and stuff. Here you go, asshole. Enjoy this guitar. But yeah, I'm with you on that. I can't.
Yeah, Jay, that was actually going to be my number 3. It's on my honorables. It was a good shtick. It put them on the map. I don't think they would have been on the map without that song. But it's
I agree, because I mean, what was the next best option? Was what? I Stand Alone or Down?
She likes my cock.
She loves my cock.
When Will It Rain would have been a good
When Will It Rain? I love Down on Me too.
That's a good
Down
one.
on Me would have been great.
I Stand Alone's a good one.
Really,
I Stand Alone is
from the
fucking
Lumberjack song, I mean, that first CD there was pretty fucking good. A little bit of a snoozer, but
yep,
a lot of solid shit.
Yep.
No, good pick for me. I know it's not for you, Jason. I agree.
No,
I never cared
love
for
the
much,
tune.
but it put him on the map.
The beginning. I just love that.
Yep.
Great tune.
Okay. My number 4. Okay, I do have a ballad on there, and
Of course you do.
I liked this song when it came out, and I love the Bon Jovi New Jersey album. But there came a point where I was like, I'll Be There For You just got annoying and cheesy. And when he says these 5 words, I swear to you, I feel like running to the bathroom and throwing up. So it's, again, good when it came out. Massive hit. New Jersey's great, but I never need to hear I'll Be There For You ever again.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Fair.
That's fair. There was a time where I would have felt the same way, and now I don't mind it because I purposefully ignored it for a long time.
Sure.
And avoided it, but yeah, it's fair.
Ryan and I were talking about there are songs that got overplayed, and you put them away for a long time, and you come back to them and you're like, oh shit, I forgot. This is a great song.
Yeah.
That hasn't happened yet with I'll Be There For You. Maybe it will at some point.
Happened for me, and with the Beatles, Here Comes the Sun, I hated that song, got so sick of it, I purposefully avoided it for like a year, came back, and I'm like, it's all right, it's not so bad.
It's my favorite Beatles song.
Oh, interesting.
Funny.
Yeah,
It's
nowhere
funny how
close
it
to my
is, right?
favorite, but not
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah, it's a good song. All right, we're on to our number 3s. Jason.
Well, I mentioned earlier it's not a hair metal band per se. I'm a massive Queen fan, huge Queen fan. But I can't listen to Killer Queen when it comes on. It was a huge hit for them. It's kind of what broke them in the UK, but I don't care for it. So I would listen to Bohemian Rhapsody 27 times in a row before I'd listen to Killer Queen.
That'd be tough.
I'm with you on that. I'm totally with you on that.
Yeah, I hate Killer Queen. I just don't think. No. I mean, I could talk all day about Queen. Such a great band. They can do anything, play any genre, whatever they want.
Sure.
Oh, but I will not go see them with Adam Lambert. Absolutely not.
Hell no.
Nope. Won't pay a dime. Wouldn't go if it was free.
I wonder. I bet Queen would be a band who would. They talk. What are the fucking when they bring back the dead person and they have like the silhouette
or the hologram?
They
hologram.
Do it. They do
I bet
it.
Queen would do. I mean, I'm not saying it would be great, but I bet it would do big business.
It would.
To do a hologram show with a Freddie Mercury hologram.
No, respect.
They come out.
He walked away from it. He's not doing that.
Brian May does Love of My Life, and he sings it and plays it acoustic, and then the screen behind them comes up and Freddie does the last verse on the screen.
That's awesome.
I've seen it on you can find it on YouTube. Super powerful.
I bet.
Yeah. I mean, here's one thing about Queen too for me as a purist kind of thing. It's that voice for me, he's number 1 all time. Don't even get me on the Robert Plant. Number 1 vocalist in rock music of all time.
Sometimes.
Robert Plant couldn't pull it off live a lot of times.
But it's kind of a good thing that he's passed on, because at 70 or whatever he is, that voice wouldn't have been there.
No.
And it really would have been a disappointment, I think. So
I don't know, Jason, that I would say it's a good thing he's passed on. I do agree that he would probably struggle vocally now, but anyway.
it would tarnish the legacy because it was such a big voice. How was that?
I Want It All is the Queen song I can't stand to hear anymore. I didn't
like that
really
song.
put any of them on because I didn't really
Me
think
too.
of them as connected to it. But that's in every ad. I hate that song.
Yeah.
That was a good metal song. Man, they got a couple of good ones off Innuendo. Their biggest metal song, in my opinion, I mean, there's the Hitman off Innuendo is just fucking rips. The rhythm section, the guitar playing, his voice. That is a metal song. Hands down. If you've never heard it, listen to it. I Want It All. Good metal song. Stone Cold Crazy from the 70s. Great metal song, right? Like that
Hammer
band,
to Fall.
they can do anything. Hammer to Fall.
Great one.
Fuck, I love that song.
And I'll leave it with this before we go
One
next. The
did-
greatest live performance
consider
ever was
metal?
Queen at Live Aid.
Sure.
Hands down.
It was great.
Yeah. Anyway,
Okay.
that's my other one. Killer Queen. Nope.
Sounds good. Mariah, number 3.
Number 3, this is not the only song by this band on this list, but for me, Dude Looks Like a Lady by Aerosmith. I don't want to hear that song.
You are correct.
Ugh.
Ugh.
I've heard it so much. The story's kind of funny that, he was meeting Vince Neil and he thought Vince Neil was a lady. Turns around, he wasn't. And that's what inspired the song. But that's the best part of the song is that there's a funny story behind it. The song's annoying.
Agreed.
Okay. All right, Brian.
But the thing was, Scorpions already did that whole song with "She's a Man, He's a Woman." It was already covered. I forgot which one it was and how. But what inspired the song was like they're out in the street to see this girl like, hey, wait over here, and the woman turns around and goes, hey, I'm actually a dude, and that's I wrote the song because of it, trying to hit on this lady that really wasn't a lady. But yeah, that was already done. It was like, All right, my number 3. You guys said it already. Their biggest song, "Here I Go Again" by Whitesnake. I was a huge Whitesnake fan in high school. Loved the '87 album. Loved all their bluesy influence stuff in their earlier albums. I mean, easily their biggest song. So as a kid, you're like, oh, cool, a band I like is making it big. And then it just got overplayed. And what killed it for me was a few years ago when you heard it on a car insurance commercial. Oh. And I was like, fuck this song. I can't listen to it anymore. I just can't fucking do it.
No.
Yeah, and that's why I say I don't play "Here I Go Again." Okay. So I say it every time I'm on this show. I can't do it.
All right. I hear you.
I think Brian and I are the only ones that know that you guys know that Whitesnake had a career before Slide It In, right? Yeah.
Oh, I know.
I know that you trying to ignore it, most of you, but fuck, they were good.
No, I wasn't into the blues stuff. Like the Come and Get It. No, that's not my bag.
It in and stuff around that period. But Slide It In was good shit.
Slide It In is when it started for me.
But Slide It In was originally done with that blues-based rock.
I know. Yeah. That's why it sucked.
And then they got Sykes and re-recorded it all.
Fucking A.
No, this is their live album, Live in the Heart of the City. It's unbelievably
so good. Amazing. Love Hunter, love it. Oh, it's just
that opening version of Come On is an incredible song.
Okay. All right.
Oops.
You guys
Jeremy.
all suck.
Yeah. All right. Whether it's Poison or Kiss, Rock and Roll All Night, I never want to hear it again, and that's all I'm going to say about it. I literally never want to hear it again. End of story.
Yep.
Fair.
Never.
Jay, where you at? Number 3.
Brian, brother, this is for you. Love Bites.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
I did like the song when I was a kid. That's where I left liking it at. And now, if I never hear it again, it's going to be too fucking soon. Throughout the episodes of this show, it's pretty well chronicled, everything about the song. I don't have anything else to say about it.
Sucks. What I called it before, 10 pounds of shit in a 9-pound bag. That fucking song stinks.
Wasn't that the original title?
Love Bites came on in the shuffle today, and I had to post on X that it reminded me of Brian. I was like, now I think of Brian when I hear this song.
I think everybody thinks of Brian when they hear that song.
All the time now.
When they look in the mirror and make love, they think of Brian every single time.
Oh, hey, that's on them. I can't.
That's just Guru in his right hand. That's it.
Well, I do have a picture of him on the ceiling. So
I know you do.
It's not held up by thumbtacks.
All right. My number 3. Okay, this might be one that people might be surprised because I'm a major AC/DC fan. But in North Dakota, we have a college football team. They're just an FCS team, but they've won a bunch of national championships. The North Dakota State University Bison. They're called the Thundering Herd. And so
Dakota.
Thunderstruck is their theme song, so it's all over Fargo, and it was it was a massive hit. It was the album that brought them back from the brink, I think, in the early 90s.
Yeah,
and I went to a prom at a school about 20 miles away from my hometown. There's probably 70 kids in the graduating class. Our prom theme was Thunderstruck. They didn't even pick a ballad.
That's awesome.
Wow. And which was kind of cool back in the day. But I love that song. It's just overplayed. And you hear it at sporting events all over the place. Need to hear it again. Thunderstruck, my number 3.
I prefer Money Talks anyways. I like that song better.
That's a good tune, yeah.
Sure. I get
that was kind of the same way until the one scene from Deadpool 2 when they're jumping out of the helicopter to that song. I was like, fuck yeah, this kicks ass.
I have not seen Deadpool 2. I want to though.
No, it's a good movie.
It's hilarious.
Well for movies and stuff. There's a reason why it's overplayed.
I loved the first one. I just
Oh, the second one I think is on the
second one. Second one I think is better. I like the second one best.
Okay, I need to check that out now.
What was it? X Force? X Force. Force. Oh God.
So good.
All right, we are
I'm
done
underestimating the mustache.
We are done with our number 3s. We have 2 left. And shit, this is going to be another pretty long video. That's okay.
It's okay.
We're on for number 2, Jason.
Unlike your penis.
Yeah, it's really long, just like my.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unlike.
My number 2 is a ballad, and it is "Every Rose Has Its Thorn."
I don't agree.
Oh, I also.
That's okay. I know,
get it.
Anthony.
I totally get it.
It's overdone. It's overplayed. I can't.
You might agree with me on this. I said this on the ballads video we did. I still think about you is a better song than Every Rose Has Its Thorn. I was
100,000,000%. It's my number 1 all-time favorite ballad. 100%. Like it's just so well. Whatever.
What the Guru showing how excited he is over this ballad?
I guess whatever. He's gonna wait until
it's drooling all over myself. That happens.
I still think about you is
happens when I look at myself too long.
Oh, okay. But no, it's overdone. It's overplayed. Whatever. It's obligatory everywhere. It's like if you talk about 80s ballads, they always say that's the greatest one. It's just no. I'm just done. No.
Well, I did do a 80s ballad, best ballads, and I did put Every Rose. So
of course you did.
But it is a great fucking song, and I still like it.
It is a great song. I just don't need to hear it anymore. Catch me in 20 years. Okay. You know, the next time I want to hear it, 2025 on the tour. Or 2026.
There you go. We'll all be together.
And
we'll all be together for that.
Because we're gonna have to hand Guru his tissues while Jay and Brian go get beers.
Yeah,
and it'd be the tears. Yeah, we're all gonna be there for emotional support for him.
That's right.
Yeah,
I'll be sobbing in a tissue,
just crying,
crying on somebody's shoulder.
Sobbing in a tissue. That's what he calls it.
Mariah, you weren't here yet. We have all decided, and obviously you're invited too. Is that we're all gonna get together when Poison plays in Minneapolis if you can make it.
Oh hell yeah, that's a little far, but I'm definitely down for that.
All right, we'll do an on location video.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there you go. That'd be kind of
fast. Yeah, we got to do that.
I want them to play Fallen Angel because the only time I saw Poison live and the only time I saw I've seen Bret Michaels once, Poison once. Didn't play Fallen Angel either time, and I was disappointed.
Are you shitting me? A Poison show?
Nope, neither one. They didn't play it in Los Angeles in the stadium tour. They didn't play it in Boise, Idaho when Bret Michaels was solo.
That's fucked up.
They did play my favorite, Something to Believe In, so I wasn't too mad, but no, they didn't play my favorite. I was bad.
I mean, that's one of their biggest hits. That's a song. That's you got to play that just as much as you got to play Every Rose, I think.
Not Bret Michaels that's what I would have thought. He does all this weird shit. Nothing. I didn't get it either time. I was disappointed.
Well, hopefully you'll get it sometime. Okay.
Hopefully.
Okay. Brian, your mind is always in the gutter.
I was just thinking of something else. What are you talking about?
Okay. All right, we're on to Mariah's number 2, right?
Yeah, I realized I missed out on the hat memo here. I should have.
That's hilarious.
I didn't even. I was not where, and I saw Jeremy with his Santa hat, and I'm like, "Fuck! I got a Steelers Santa hat." And
I have a Steelers hat too, and I couldn't find it. I went to look for it, and I didn't have it, and I was disappointed because I would have put it on too. I have a Steelers beanie with me.
There you go. Shit.
Somewhere, but I missed out on that. Anyways, my number 2, I don't know. My number 1 might be more controversial in this one. This is the opinion that always gets me the most hate. Hot for Teacher by Van Halen. Don't want to hear it again. Can't stand it. It's
Brian's
stupid.
Gonna light on fire.
It's dumb. Ugh. I Jump, Panama, fine. For some reason, those haven't gotten old. Hot for Teacher, no, don't like it.
You're too young. Let it slide.
Oh wow.
I like Smoking in the Boys Room. I like all those other kind of school related.
All right, we get it. Your opinion's invalid. We got it. Okay, moving on.
You're a huge
Ouch.
Van Halen fan. I knew you were
Ouch.
gonna like that one.
That's okay, Mariah. You saw the White Lion video we did when I said that Vito Bratta was better than Van Halen.
Yeah, you could be wrong too. It's fine.
Brian was very offended.
I still
very
like other
offended.
Van Halen songs.
He'll get over it.
Not that one.
He'll get over it. He cried in his pillow for about
He
20
did.
minutes, and he was fine right after that. So
Yeah, I said that might be my most controversial one. Everyone looks at me
It's
crazy.
pretty big. Yeah,
I get it, but it's been played for. I get that. I get that to a point. But
Yeah.
still,
okay, Brian, you're number 2.
my number 2. You said it before. Pour Some Sugar on Me from Def Leppard from Hysteria. I was a big fan of the album when it came out. It broke the album, made it successful. If it didn't hit, it would have lost money. I mean, I can't listen to it anymore.
Yep.
Just can't fucking do it. I mean, there's some streaming services that have like an extended version of it where Joel will sing a verse and they'll have an extra part of the music without verses and then get back. So now it's twice as long for some reason. I can't do it. On the plus side, like Guru said, it's played in strip clubs, so Guru can see boobies now. But there's an acoustic version they did in SiriusXM Studios, like a live version, which is way better. And what's the name of the band? Postmodern Jukebox did a killer 60s version of it, which makes this song amazing. But the original, I cannot listen to anymore.
I've never heard that cover. That'd be interesting.
Oh, go definitely. It's on YouTube. Check it out. It's done in the styles like a 60s Motown version. It's unbelievably good. I remember the woman who sings. Her voice is phenomenal.
Interesting. Yeah, I like the original, but I can understand the overplayedness of it. It has been.
It's
By the way, I don't need to go to a strip bar to see boobies because I sleep with the dog every night. She's got 8 tits.
Oh, and the good lucky you.
Dear.
Wow.
They're still kind of big after having puppies this summer. So
That's the big Guru dilemma. 8
curly.
tits and 2 hands. Doesn't know what to do.
you're so pretty. Okay. All right. Jeremy, you're number 2.
All right. This is where I'm going to make some people mad that number 2 and number 1. I do believe I will. This is where this was remade by a band who I love, Winger. They redid this song and it still sucked, but I hate the original. I absolutely despise it, and it is Purple Haze.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, that's a rough cover.
Yeah.
The cover or the Hendrix version?
Either one, man.
Wow, okay.
Even with Winger trying to do it, it didn't turn out that great, but I hate the Purple Haze Jimi Hendrix song. Just hate it.
It's overplayed. It's been overplayed.
Yeah, I've never liked
Glad
it.
Rock killed that song, yeah.
Okay. Shit. All right.
I thought I'd get more backlash on that one.
No, because you're right. It's
Okay, thank you.
you're right.
I don't know that I have an opinion. I mean, it's okay, but I don't find myself listening to a lot of Jimi Hendrix anyway. And yeah. I'm not big on the White Winger version, but okay.
But that song, every classic rock station has played it to death. I get it.
Sure. Okay. Jay, number 2.
You Shook Me All Night Long by AC/DC. And not because it's overplayed to fuck, which it is. Mariah, you probably wouldn't be aware of this just because of your age, but do you guys remember a show called Divas that was on VH1? It's been, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago.
I have heard of it, actually.
Vaguely.
Celine Dion
Dion.
comes strutting out on
Yes.
stage trying to act like a fucking badass by singing that and high-fiving Meredith Brooks. Jesus Christ. But shoot me, okay? I will never get that vision out of my head or that sound. For fuck's sake, that made me never want to hear that song again. Ever. By anybody. Period. No, and fuck no.
That was it.
That was it.
I get it. Sometimes things ruin songs. Cherry Pie's kind of ruined it for me for the same reason. There's a stupid Adam Sandler movie where they played it, and it was like Grown Ups or something, and this like awful like gay car wash scene, and I'm just like, nope. All right, well that's ruined. I don't want to think about that anymore.
I almost
You just-
put Cherry Pie on my list just because of the whole Janie Lane thing and the,
Yep, I did too. It's like number 11. Same reason.
so
And the
okay.
gay car wash scene. Nope.
Right.
And the gay.
I don't think I've ever seen I remember seeing a preview and seeing that scene, but I don't think I ever saw Grown Ups 2 for some reason.
Or at least past
Grown
that.
Ups 2 is a great movie. I thought it was way better than the first one. I like it, but that scene is terrible.
Okay.
So bad.
My number 2, and I mentioned this in the text, and it's a great song. And when it suddenly showed up on what the fuck was that big TV show, the gangster fucking TV show,
Sopranos.
At the end, the last scene they play "Don't
Oh.
Stop Believing" by
Oh yeah.
and suddenly
Oh.
that song gained a second life. It was
Yeah.
all over again, and it's a really good song. But even when I was teaching, and I would play music sometimes, and kids would be like, "Play Don't Stop Believing," because they knew I liked 80s music. And I'm like, holy shit. Everybody knows this thing. Everybody likes it, which is fine. But it just got overplayed. So I don't need to hear it again. Don't Stop Believing.
I have to say, one of the worst endings to a series ever.
Never
A
watched
great series like that shouldn't end like your cable went out. So bad.
No. And South Detroit isn't even a thing. That doesn't exist. He did it because he thought it'd be better for the song. South Detroit is not a thing.
No,
Oh,
No.
shit.
it's not called that now. No.
Okay.
Yeah, well, he's like, no, it didn't exist. We couldn't find anything. I just thought it sounded way better than the ones that actually did
Sure.
exist.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. We are on to our number 1. Everybody's still awake. Jason, what's your number 1?
My number 1 is my number 1 because it's another one of those that it just really doesn't belong to the band. I fucking hate "To Be With You" by Mr. Big.
Wow.
And here's how it became for
Wow.
me is when I started dating my wife like 30 plus years ago. I remember being at her apartment and she had her cassettes there and I'm going through. I was like, "Mr. Big." And she goes, "Yeah, I bought it for this one song, whatever." And so I threw it in because I knew the song, but I wouldn't. And I listened to the rest and it's like, fuck, man, they're good. This song sucks. Like, Daddy, Brother, Mother, whatever. Green Tinted 60s
60
Mind
Mind's
is
a great one.
That's a good song.
fucking one of my favorites.
Just Take My Heart's phenomenal.
Yeah, Take My Heart is way better song. And it led me into their first one and everything. And the musicianship is second to none in that band as well. I just don't. And we all know "To Be With You" was played to death, like to death, and then more death. And to back it up, and we'll pause for a second. Hold on. So you can edit this out, Guru. As a Canadian, Rush, Triumph. Can't like both. I fucking hate Rush. Triumph rules. Thank you.
I love Triumph.
I like them both.
It's great.
And if you really want to do it, not a lot of you probably listen to it out there. The album they did after Rick Emmett left with Phil X, The Edge of Excess.
Yep.
Got it.
Fucking rips.
Yes, dude. So
Yes.
good.
So good.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
there. I will leave you with that. I am, as you know now, Team Triumph. Love Triumph.
Okay.
Yeah, to be with you though, to me, I that was one I didn't grow up hearing, and to me it sounds like it was a song made for kids almost. I don't know, like it just feels like it's
That's
something you play
easy.
for like kids. I don't.
Kindergarten class.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it feels like to me.
I
And they
love
played
it.
it
Live
on-
versions of it. Oh my
Oh, they
god,
played it
Billy
on something. And my
rips
dad's like, "Where's the rock?" No, this is not.
But my,
this is
my
not
thing
rock.
was that album came out when I was in college, so I was 91 and pretty much cut off from the rest of the world. So I didn't get bombarded with it on radio and all over the place like I would if I was at home and could watch Headbangers Ball or listen to the radio or anything like that. So I missed out on that whole song being huge. But I have no problems with it because of that. The band is too damn good.
I was cut off from the rest of the world in college. So, like, prison?
Like literally, my school is in the middle of nowhere. The only stations we would get was the college radio station itself.
Okay.
And I couldn't afford cable, so I wasn't paying for cable.
I don't
Going
know
out
what
every
college was
Saturday
like,
night.
but Jeremy and my college it was the weirdos that ran the radio station, so I get it. We weren't hearing any good music either.
No,
there.
we sure weren't.
No.
Brian, wasn't that during your transsexual gothic phase?
Wait, let's let the
College?
silence judge that one. Look at Lemmy and Jay in the back. He's even judging you on bad that fucking.
I think they were just shocked at how funny it was, and they were like, "Hold on, let me take in the glory."
Hey, whatever helps you
This
sleep.
hilarious-
We'll laugh later.
Much
Right.
later.
That's right. Okay. We just had Jason. Mariah, what's your number one?
Yeah, so we were talking about I wasn't sure how, broad or narrow this was going to be. So I had a number one, and then I heard someone mention other bands, and then I'm like, oh no, wait, there's this other song that I hate equally to this one, and they both have to be number one. So a late addition to make it a tied number one. Sweet Emotion by Aerosmith. It's very unpopular. They drag out Sweet Emotion, and I can't stand it anymore. I'm like, stop it. Just don't drag that out. It's terrible. I don't want to hear it again. And the other one I don't want to hear again is Whole Lotta Love by Led Zeppelin. Oh, I like Led Zeppelin. There are other songs I like. When the Levee Breaks is one of my favorites. Whole Lotta Love, when it goes into when he says Whole Lotta Love and it goes into that little guitar, whatever he's doing, I'm like, turn it off. Turn it off. I hate the way this sounds. It's terrible.
I was never I like the song Rock and Roll. I like the song Bird Dog. There's probably a couple other songs like
I should have put that on my list.
I was never
Yeah,
a
rock and roll's
Zeppelin guy.
overplayed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Black Dog. I like Going to California, but Kashmir and especially Whole Lotta Love, I don't want to ever hear them again. And that's unpopular because everyone else seems to love them. I don't see any hate against them.
I get it because those songs have been overplayed, but it's like when I was in a Led Zeppelin cover band, there's so many better, deeper tracks
Mm-hmm.
that that you may hear it on Get the Lead Out on your local classic rock station on a Thursday night at 12. They play a couple hours of nothing but Zeppelin, but on regular radio, yeah, it was the same Zeppelin songs over and over.
You ever seen that video out there when it's Jimmy Page, Jack White, and The Edge sitting around talking guitar stuff, and Jimmy
Yes.
gets up and plays Whole Lotta Love, and the other two guys, famous guitar players, their mouths were just hanging open watching them play just effortlessly, right? Like,
Is that the same one when Jack White tries to teach them how to play Seven Nation Army?
Yeah. And it takes about 2 seconds and he gets it. It's
That
like,
sounds
that's
about
Jimmy
right.
Page, man.
Whatever, dude.
Seven Nation
Yeah.
Army should have been on my list.
It was on mine.
It was
Should've been
on
here
Brian's.
I'll say this about Sweet Emotion though. I agree that it was overplayed, but it reminds me of one of my favorite movies of all time. If you remember the 1994 movie Dazed and Confused,
Yeah.
the opening scene when you see that orange car pulling out and you start hearing Sweet Emotion. I love that movie, and that song brings me right to that scene.
I also
I'm-
love that movie. Just
I'm 100% with you on that, Guru. That song instantly reminds me of that movie.
Yep.
So
Okay,
Yeah.
we're on to Brian's number one.
Well, you said it as your 10, bringing it back full circle. Jump by Van Halen.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
From the
and
Van
not
Halen
listen.
fan.
To that fucking song. The thing is, that was the song that got me into Van Halen.
Wow.
I heard that on the radio. I'm like, I got to get this cassette because I'm an old fuck. Went to a store that was called Crazy Eddie. I don't know if you guys had one near you. It was local in the tri-state area. They sold like albums and cassettes, but computer and electronics and all these kind of fucking things. And I went with my mother, because I was like 12 at the time. And I'm going to buy this cassette. Found it, went up to tell my mom that I was going to buy this thing so she knew where I was. And she's talking to one of the sales people there. It was like a 16-year-old, 17-year-old girl, pretty girl. And she's talking to my mom about whatever she wanted to buy. Then looked at me holding this thing and went, that's a good album. Anyway, like I was saying, and I was like, I got to have this. Pretty girl like this album. I got to get this thing. There are so many better songs on this album. So many better Van Halen songs than Jump. I mean, it was their biggest song, but I can't. I even played on my station head show every end of the month. I have a theme show, I think a year ago, maybe a little more, where I played songs that got me into specific bands. I started playing that halfway through, turn off. I can't do it. I can't fucking listen to it. I just can't. This keyboards. Saw them live. They closed out with that. Turned to my wife, let's go. So don't you want to see the last song? Nope. Let's beat the crowd. I can't listen to this fucking song. I almost had Jamie's Crying on the list instead of that, but that song I cannot listen to. I'm a huge Van Halen fan. Cannot listen to Jump ever again.
All
That's
right.
fair.
If
we ever did I think on Van Halen Jump, I would say I actually prefer Sammy's live version to Dave.
I can see that. I mean, Sammy's got a better voice.
Yep.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
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 Totally.
I like the music better with David, but I think Sammy's it's not even close. Sammy's got a
No, I kind of how I think about Dave Van Halen is I've never liked a Van Halen song because of David Lee Roth's voice. Like I've never said the reason I love this song is because of his voice.
Sure.
But there have been songs where the reason I didn't like it was because of his voice. So, but the music's good with him for sure. So there's still a variety of songs I like from that time. But
Right.
yeah, Sammy's better voice.
I'm with you. Okay. Jeremy, Geronimo. Your number
Yeah,
one.
man. All right. A band that we just previously kind of threw the hay grinder there, and it's by Pink Floyd, and they ask the question, "Hello, is there anybody out there?" And to them, I say, "Hell no, I'm certainly not going to be one of them." And that's everything Pink Floyd. So I'm so glad to have a panel of people that agree with me. But is there anybody out there? Garbage, and that's where that's going right now.
I like Pink Floyd.
I
hate it.
I like
That's the one song I like by Pink Floyd is Comfortably Numb. It's the
Comfortably
only
Numb.
one that Money and Time are okay, but it's just never a band I go back to listen to. They just don't, it's not interesting to me.
I still think that Wish You Were Here is, I can see that hair metal bands, that would have inspired hair metal ballads. It's a simple acoustic, slow song, and I love Wish You Were Here. So I could see that being an influence to what hair metal
Give me
bands.
Incubus Wish You Were Here. I prefer that song way more than Pink Floyd's Wish You Were Here.
Yeah, good call.
Got to kill
All
it.
right. All right, Jay, you're number one.
I have a legit tie for number one. I couldn't pick between the two. Enter Sandman by Metallica.
Yeah.
Walk by Pantera. And I am very, very, very big Pantera fan. But sporting events, I mean, wrestling on TV, whatever, I've heard Walk more times than I want to even think about. I don't care to ever hear it again. Enter Sandman, it was fucking everywhere. I loved the song when it came out. I loved it the first 5 million times I heard it. But that was then, this is now.
I get both of them are overplayed way too much.
Huh. Okay. Shit, sounds
Enter
good.
Sandman was stuck as my brother's alarm. Some friend did a joke and stuck Enter Sandman as his alarm for months. So I heard that song every single morning and it woke me up, and I hate mornings. So that was brutal. So I agree.
All right. Okay. My number one, I'm going to give it a tie because here's why. I had Kiss Rock and Roll All Night. A bunch of people have had that. I figured they would. Okay. That song just, and nobody is a bigger Kiss fan than I am. I mean, my fucking whole house is full of Kiss shit. Okay. So that one. But then, and Mariah had it in her honorables. I really like the Eagles, but Hotel California is such a massive song, and it's always on classic rock radio. And I used, Take It Easy, Lion Eyes, Take It to the Limit. I really like a lot of Eagles shit, but I never need to hear Hotel California again. That's my tie for number one.
I know.
Get it.
That's
Rock killing these songs again.
what's up?
Classic rock killing some of these songs again.
Yeah.
And and I was talking to my son about this today. The benefit that young people have now is they can stream, they can YouTube. We had to, Mariah, we had to listen to fucking classic rock radio. I never had cable TV in high school. So we never, and obviously there wasn't any, so you just listened to whatever was on the radio.
No,
Well, listen
I mean, as
right
a kid,
now.
I had to, though. As a kid, I would
sure.
listen to the radio all the time. And,
Sure.
it's only, it's 2017 might have been the first time I started streaming stuff.
Sure.
So,
Mhm.
So that's valid.
so maybe more for the next generation, but
Sure.
But the thing is, if you listen to classic rock stations now, you still got your Zeppelin, Floyd, Sabbaths, and Eagles, but they're playing Nirvana, Poison,
Right.
newer Kiss stuff. Like, it's all over the place now. You can sit there, hear Guns N' Roses, go into Led Zeppelin,
Yep.
and then go into Pearl Jam. Because
Mhm.
they just do everything together now. But in 1988, they weren't playing Guns N' Roses. They were playing, Led Zeppelin again.
And I never listen to the radio. I bounce on a couple stations of Sirius XM. Obviously, most people have CarPlay, so you can just come in and your phone hooks up. You can play shit off your phone.
Yeah.
So, it's a lot easier now. So I notice like a lot, or at least a lot of my choices are shit that I got sick of back in the day.
Mhm.
Or maybe, like I said, some of them were because I hear them at sporting events, and I'm at a lot of sporting events from coaching. So
Yeah.
anyway, that gets us to the end of 10 songs I never need to hear again. We would love for you to comment on the stuff you heard from us. And please, in the comments, tell us the songs you never need to hear again. And with that, I want to thank everybody for coming on. Jason from Canada. Hey, do Canadians celebrate Christmas, or is that just an American thing? Jason, thanks for being on, man.
Hey man, thanks for having me. It's great to see all you again. Remember, check out, read all about it at Read World on Twitter starting Monday for Hair Metal Mondays. The total goal to piss Guru off throughout the year with shit he should listen to and doesn't know anything about on vinyl.
Yeah, let's not ridiculous here. And yes, I will put everybody that's on X. I'll put your tagline up there. Mariah, thanks for, even though sorry you had to work a little bit late, but we're glad that you came on and joined us.
yeah, no, thanks for having me. This was a lot of fun talking about the stuff we hate as well as the stuff we love. So
Absolutely. I'll put your handle. Brian from the Hairband Basement, glad to have you on as always, bro.
Thanks for having me on. Happy holidays to you all. I don't know when this is going to air, so before then, probably not. Happy belated holidays. Merry Christmas. Catch my show on Stationhead. Download the app. You can hear not these songs you listen to or we talked about today, but you can hear the deepest cuts and deepest tracks from the greatest genre of music. Also, follow me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at HB Basement. Always talking music there.
That's right. Jeremy, my good buddy, who I got to see in Fargo the other day. Always great to have you on. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, thank you. Merry Christmas, everybody. Hope everybody has a safe and awesome holiday.
And thank you for the Queen shirt. I really appreciate it. Awesome.
Thank you for the wall art, brother. Thank you.
And Mariah, I didn't see this. So as I'm saying goodbye to Jay sent me this vintage Warrant shirt.
that's awesome.
Right, for Christmas. So cool. Jay, always great to have you on, man.
It's always great to be here. Happy holidays, all you guys and girls. So, and girls being Mariah and Brian. I mean,
Okay, cut your hair. Cut your hair, bitch.
yeah.
Hey, follow me on X at Hair Metal Guru. And right now we have Jason, Brian, and Mariah. Us four are on X trying to get the other guys. But there's a group of us that are constantly talking hair metal, the greatest musical generation of all time. Come on and join the conversation. Hey, like, subscribe. What the hell? Ring the bell. You have the opportunity to become a member if you so choose. And hey, I just appreciate you being here. And genuinely, I just want to say to all the people, all you guys that are on here now, this has been a great year for the channel. I think we added 2,400 subscribers in a year. The channel has gotten so much bigger than I ever envisioned it being. And I think the guests, you guys are a big part of the reason why. So I really appreciate it. Merry Christmas to everybody. Until the next video comes out, my name's Anthony. They call me the Guru. Take care.